Top of the top. We back. Saturday special. What's up? Good morning, everybody. What's the word? We got a lot to talk about today. I got a lot to talk about today. Episode 787. Shout out to the people. What's up, family? What's good? What's up, Shayna? What's up? One track up in here. What's up, Carol Walker? What's up, Professor? This is the intro. Anybody new to this show, this is the intro. Everything around here is very live. All right, so I'm always going to shout out my people. So if you don't like it, you skip the intro and the replay. Each segment will be worded. And today I'm going in, period. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a real conversation today. Well, I'm gonna say this off the rip. I'm gonna give all disclaimers. Right? I'm giving disclaimers, right? I'm gonna let it be known. I'm not here to offend nobody. I'm not here to disrespect nobody. I'm not here to judge nobody. I don't think I'm better than nobody. But today I'm gonna speak the truth on what it is. I already been speaking the truth, but today I'm gonna give everybody clarity because I've been studying a lot of stuff and I done seen everything I need to see. And today I'm gonna close the deal. Meaning, after today, you should have no more discrepancies of what's going on in this world. I'm gonna talk about America, and I'm mainly gonna be talking about African Americans today. All right, and today I'm also gonna prove my point: the difference between African Americans and Black people. All right, Black is anybody melanated, one drop that thinks on a certain level. An African American is an individual that was programmed by the slave master. And it's a mentality. And the thing is, it got all mixed up. But today, nah, I ain't talking about no racist stuff. I'm going to talk about the truth. I'm going to tell y'all to y'all face, the days of African American domination is over. And I'm going to prove it today. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here to talk about Black people. I'm not here to talk about African Americans. I'm going to talk about what the world is talking about behind people's back and what nobody's saying out loud. That's all I'm talking about. All right, the real news. So shout out to everybody that's here, man. Saturday special, man. I'm gonna be here for a minute, so I'm gonna tell you right now: if you smoke butt, roll your blunts up. If you drink coffee, get your coffee. Whatever you do, get it done, because I'm about to go into it. Shout out to the replay game. All right, plus all this stuff is coming to an end, man. I'm letting y'all know right now, we in the last days, man. We in the last days of everything we doing now. I'll say that. What's up, Melanies? What's up, everybody? High Tech Knowledge, where you been at, bro? What's up? High Tech Knowledge up in here. Everybody, I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I'm not going nowhere. So anyway, man, let's get into it, man. Because for real, I've been seeing some things. And today at 3 o'clock, the USA basketball team will be playing against France. All right, we're gonna get into that. But what I've been studying with this Olympics, and what I've been studying, period, the days of African domination, African American, whatever you want to call it, it's over. And I saw something that damn near broke my heart this morning. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I saw the break dancing competition, like I said, if no Black people is in the break dancing ceremony, that's all I need to see. For one, it was no Black people in it, and there's no Black people from America, USA, even in the break dancing competition, and they not winning the gold. Period. So that alone blew my mind. I saw Asians and somebody from France having a breakdancing competition for the gold medal. And that let me know right there, if that ain't a stolen legacy, I saw that shit with my own eyes. Because as a little boy, the first dance I ever knew about was breakdancing. When we used to go get the cardboard and we throwing our little Puma suit, Nike suit, and we be trying to break dance. I'm talking about like 7 years old, y'all. Grandma backyard, we break dancing with the radio. That's where we started that. But we are not even in the competition. Yeah, it's over. I think today the championship. Anyway, we're going to talk about it today. I know a lot of people still sleep. Shout out to the replay game, man. Shout out to everybody catching this, man. Let's go, man. I got another real talk today. So, yeah. Told y'all, man, they all still over there. They all still over. They've been over there a month straight. And while they've been over there, America been going in the trash. We're going to speak about that today, too. We're going to go into the destruction of Hurricane Debbie, and I'm going to prove today the Roundup programs. I'm going to prove to you the camps that exist with some people going on camps. They're going to camps, and I'm going to prove it today. So mind you, everybody is all eyes on Paris. And y'all know I've been talking about Negroes in Paris. And just a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of little jokes. A lot of this is tied into history. We saw Serena Williams get disrespected. She's not the only one. Snoop Dogg has been the mascot of the Olympics. But we're going to get into it. All right? I'm coming from a whole nother angle today. Now, this weekend is the wrap-up. The last ceremonies of this weekend. All right? The last of the last. But something that really shocked me yesterday, or the whole Olympics, is that America has been winning, but they have not been dominating. But the main people that have not been dominating is the African Americans. Mind you, they got Dwayne Wade. He's an announcer at the games, so he's embarrassing. I already told y'all I'll spit in his face. Yep. Know why? Because he represents African Americans. And the number one thing with Dwayne Wade is he also promotes dysfunction. He represents dysfunction. All right. Now I'm gonna say this too. In this country, in this world, you do whatever you want to do. Who cares what people do? But when you do certain things, people are going to have an opinion, and that's life. So what I've been trying to tell y'all, right, my opinion, it's been a separation that's been going on in this country, and people been showing you their true colors. And this is why I had to start making points that everybody black is not the same, because we've been brainwashed with this for so long, and that really means you have to accept everybody black, even when it's Dwayne Wade and he does stuff like this to his son. And then not only that, promotes his son, right? Been pushing his son in front of the world, even though his son is a child, right? Didn't even have a chance to be 18 and decide what he want to do. This man and this weird woman have been promoting this behavior of his young son. But not only that, Dwayne Wade knows a lot of grown people are into this stuff, right? His child had an Instagram page way before it was old enough. But I'm going to show y'all how Dwayne Wade represents this particular African-American person that I don't rock with, all right? I'm telling y'all straight up. And I'm going somewhere with it, y'all. Just pay attention. This ain't no hate. Now, in the Paris Olympics, I'm just giving you a background, okay, of the African-American. Snoop Dogg is the mascot. Kevin Durant is over there. He's beefing because he's taking up for Team USA. The whole point is this, man. It's this image of black people being portrayed as like fools, disgruntled individuals, and just like lost people. I'm gonna prove it too. Now, Serena Williams, we spoke about this week. She was denied access to Paris. Bad news on purpose. Highly, highly, highly disrespectful. This woman has competed in every Olympics. This woman has played in the French Open. She has conquered every tennis tournament. But you'll see in 2024, they treated her like straight dirt. Like I said, I don't know if all this stuff is on purpose. I don't know if this stuff is to create a narrative, but I'm not playing with y'all. All of this stuff goes together. Now, also with the immigration thing, the migration, every country on the planet has gotten a new migration, all right? We're in a time of history where history is being remixed, period. Smart people, you're going to know what I'm talking about. What I'm telling you is this. 50 to 100 years from now, we're going to look at 2024, and you're going to see this is the year everything changed. How do I know that? Because I've been studying American history. I just went back 100 years to 1924, and that's when I saw the same thing happen then as happening now. All right? Because everybody know the same way the sun go on cycles, so does this world. Now, this was going on in Paris once again, okay? I'm going to break it down. You got Snoop Dogg. He the mascot acting a fool. Kevin Durant is being portrayed as disgruntled. All right. Serena Williams, she's disgruntled. Now you got Travis Scott. He got arrested. Travis Scott is arrested at Paris Hotel after altercation with a security guard. So I'm showing you the narrative of the African-American Negroes in Paris being taken as a joke, and I'm showing you the narrative. And part of it, don't forget, they only respect African-Americans as entertainers and sports players. That's also the secret narrative behind all this too. So pay attention, y'all, because I'm going to go back. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to come back around. I'm going to complete this whole thing. All right, because I did not come here to play today. So I'm going to show y'all something, but I've been peeping. First of all, the men's racing. Anybody know about Olympics? This is the most important part of the Olympics. The most important part. This goes back into history. Y'all know about the Olympic ceremony where Hitler was there. And Jesse Owens was the fastest man in the world. black man. And Hitler was there to see the competition. But I told y'all, what y'all don't understand is the Olympics is also a study of DNA. Remember when Hitler was talking about starting a master race? Who you think he was studying? Who you think he was trying to create a master race to conquer? The point is, the Olympics always been about DNA, the measurement of physical strength, the measurement of cohesion, the measurement of unity. All of this stuff is portrayed in the Olympics for those who do not know. All right. Sports goes back thousands of years. Sports go back as far as some of your favorite religions, even before that. That's what some of y'all got to understand. So when I'm showing you, like when I saw this black man with the green hair, this African-American with the green hair, guess what I said? Man, I said, they're going to lose. You know why? Because he's too infatuated with getting attention. Now, mind you, y'all, the so-called African-American black man in America was always considered to be one of the fastest in the world, always. But then I found something out. The men's in the Olympics have lost the past 20 years. Now, mind you, Jesse Owens won. He was one of the greatest runners. Who else of our modern time? Carl Lewis. Y'all know about Jackie Joyner Kersey. Y'all know about Flo Jo and all of that. Carl Lewis was also here. Now, look, Carl Lewis got embarrassed. He was mad. But this is the point, y'all. The USA men's racing team, they lost. Not only did they lose, they got blowed out. Not only did they get blowed out, they got disqualified. And it was all black men, all African Americans. All right, I'm going to be discreet. Today, I'm going to clarify it. African Americans are the brainwashed descendants from slaves. And black people are the people that know who they are and got knowledge of themselves, pride, and dignity. That's the difference. All right, boom. So with this right here, they said that the men's racing team have lost the past 4 Olympics. But it's deeper than that, because what I saw was something deep yesterday. And also the media was playing on it. Boom. This is what I saw, y'all. The whole narrative of the men losing is that, do you know they couldn't even pass the baton properly? They lost this race because they couldn't pass the baton. Then they lost a couple years ago from the same thing. And before the race started, the announcer made a point to say something about, I think it was the Chinese. He said one thing about them. He said, before the race started, he said, you know, they're very good with passing the baton. They've always practiced passing the baton. Actually, the Chinese perfect that. Now, also, you got to understand, the Chinese know they're not as fast as so-called African Americans. So they master the art of passing the baton. But you're going to see with this right here, the whole scenario with this was the black men could not pass the baton properly. So guess what I said when I saw this? Because I know the code. Remember when I told y'all on this channel, black people can't get along no matter what? I said, if you put black people in the room, they can't even order a pizza together without arguing and beefing. I said, black people can't do nothing without fighting, shooting, some type of dysfunction in the chat, debating, trolling. This shit showed on a world scale that the black man cannot even fucking pass a baton to another black man. This meant they have no cohesion. This means they have no sync. They are not related. They are not in tune. They couldn't pass a baton, y'all. So I know what this meant. This shit was mental. It's fucking mental. You know why? They've been doing this shit more than once, and they lost. They got blowed out because they couldn't pass the baton. It's the same way how one generation could not pass the baton to the next generation. It's the same thing of how, you know, we don't put each other on. It's the same thing of how we don't look out for each other. One is on point, one always late. Color people time. That's what the fucking baton represent, y'all. This is what I kept telling people. They couldn't even pass the baton. They were struggling. I said, I've never seen African Americans in the Olympics struggling, getting dominated, getting blowed out. You know what it started to show me? I started to see the effects from America. You know why? Because back in the days, man, people wasn't on social media like that. Yo, y'all, I'm gonna prove today again. Everything today, I just came in to prove a lot of stuff. I'm gonna prove today how they use the internet, social media to destroy black people, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just African Americans are destroyed from the internet because the internet took a large percentage of people's brain when it comes to creativity, study, discipline, learning, mastering crafts. Everybody became like a bobblehead to an extent. I'm not lying to y'all. And I was able to see this from this American culture. See the green hair? He all worried about his fucking hair. Meanwhile, they got blowed out. Meaning, when you come to run, you come to just handle business. But it's a narrative of America. Everybody want to be a celebrity. Everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to be a somebody. But that made a lot of people not focus. And I'm also going to prove to y'all what social media did, because African Americans got too wrapped up in social media and started living their life through it. But what they didn't understand, the powers that run the world, that's the whole purpose of their control. They made these apps to ruin your brain, keep you distracted, and have you outside of yourself. Therefore, you lost your way, right? But everybody else didn't. Everybody's on the internet. Everybody's on the apps. But it goes to what I said yesterday. Some people took the shit too far, and I'm going to prove it today. All right? So now I'm going to show you, right? So-called African Americans are good with everything, but they couldn't even pass a baton. This shit represents a mental issue, y'all. Do you know that? This represents a mental issue. It meant that they didn't even have the same understanding agreement. Now, mind you, they're on the same racing team, been in Paris. They had time to practice this shit. This is mental, y'all, because it happened. This is the 4th time this shit happened. But the way they was portraying it as the black men of America, they ain't got their shit together. Now let's look. Now you want to play the race game? This is who won. Some brothers from Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Now this is what I'm gonna show y'all, man. See that American man embarrassed? That's because they wasn't focused. They was, see, let me show you the black men, man. I'm gonna show y'all how this shit goes. See the African Americans, they want to worry about wearing their chains. They want to worry about looking good for the camera, niggas cutting their hair. Now, look at the dudes that beat them. Hungry, nothing on, no jewelry, no nothing. They just come to smoke their ass. Told you, man. This whole American shit that went out of hand, man. Simba wins his Olympic medal. So as you see, this is who they got smoked by. Some dudes that didn't come to be cute. They just came to win for their country. This is about the country, y'all. So understand that when these people are in the Olympics, whether you like it or not, they represent African Americans. They represent America. So they embarrassed America yesterday. A lot of people mad and pissed off because these fools lost because they cannot pass a baton, y'all. A baton. That's a mental thing. Showing you that 4 black brothers, black men can't even be on the same page for one thing. Same way they can't build a business. Same way they can't really do nothing. That's what this shit meant. Now, mind you, let's fast forward, because you know I already told y'all something on this channel. I did a whole special on female domination. And guess who won yesterday? The women won. Sha'Carri and them girls won. The same exact type of race, they won because they was in sync. And it's not just because it's women over men. I'm just trying to show y'all it's some other things going on in America, man. Also, you got to know in America, a lot of new people came in this country. And a lot of the new men came in this country. Some of them are going to be with these new women of America, man. Female domination was on display yesterday. And I'm going to say, black woman dominated. All right? Black woman dominated. Period. Even though she came in second, when it came time for her to win the gold by herself, she came in second. She got silver. But the race with all of them, the woman won. Meanwhile, the men looked totally bad, y'all. They couldn't even pass a baton. So, not only did Sha'Carri and them smoke them, they was running in the rain and all of that. So, what up, Punch? What up, bro? What up, everybody in here, man? The women, they made things look good. But the point is, the men, they look real sorry. Also, like I said, man, a lot of people just came in this country. So I know how this thing works. Right here, you're looking at some of the people that came in this country. Now, mind you, man, people don't understand, right? People from every part of the world has come here. From Honduras to Venezuela to wherever. It don't matter. We everywhere. So this is what I was trying to tell you. At this point that we in this world, it is no longer just about African Americans in America. No more at all. That's for one. For two, when all these people come here, all these new men, who you think they're going to be breeding with? Why you think when a lot of so-called people was coming here, they was trying to marry a lot of black women? People don't understand. If you know American history, All of this is going to lead to new people being here. And what I'm trying to tell y'all, the days of the so-called black man, African-American black man, them days are over with. And I'm going to prove something else. This is the breakdancing tournament in the Olympics. They give out gold medals. This is what, when I saw this damn near broke my heart. Because I know who started breakdancing. I know where it started at. I know the first dance I ever was into like that. Hip-hop started in New York City in the Bronx. It consisted of hip-hop music, rapping over break beats, break dancing, and graffiti. But what a lot of people don't know, you see, when they was destroying rap over here, and they was desecrating and disrespecting the art of rap, and they started signing all this trash, the people overseas actually preserved the culture of hip-hop. This is why all the old school rappers were still going on tour. I'm also going to say it was Negroes like Africa Bambaataa going over there, teaching the world about hip-hop and teaching them how to be like us over here. So I'm not mad at nobody overseas. I'm not mad at them. But I'm going to prove a point to African Americans in this country, because allegedly you started breakdancing, but you don't even run that no more. You don't even own this. I told you when the books are closed, you're going to get written out of history. As of now, the top rap of all time is Eminem. The top break dance in the world is the one that wins this gold medal, and I did not see no black people in this shit at all. At all. At all. So how's that? Didn't I say before? I said, yo, if so-called black people don't win breakdancing, here we go. They're not even in a fucking championship. So what does that tell you? Well, a lot of things people created, you threw it in the trash. But they say that's how life go, right? They say we make things and then we throw it away because we are fad people. But you're going to always notice, and I learned this throughout history, whatever we throw away, other people keep and preserve. Because, let me just show y'all, man. The internet reacts to breakdance an abomination at Summer Olympics. They called it abomination. To who? Who you think? To who? They didn't start it. Abomination. So what does that mean? That means blacks do not dominate breakdancing. It's a dance they started, but somehow they can't do it no more. And now they give awards and money over this shit. And accolades. Because when you win the gold medal, you get money. Sometimes you get other things that come with it. Like you might get 4 years free in a nice house. Like they do a lot of stuff like that. But I'm just showing you, right? Now we're going to go into the history of fucking breakdancing, all right? If anybody know the movie of Beat Street, you know that is. That's Lee, all right? The first, one of the first movies I ever seen in the movie theaters was Beat Street, period. But I'm going to show you the real art of breakdancing because a lot of y'all don't know y'all history and y'all lost yourself. So I'm going to talk to a lot of you African Americans that's lost. Yeah, we started a lot of things, but a lot of things got taken. Then a lot of things we didn't preserve, and a lot of things we really didn't care about. So I'm going to show y'all something, man. Everybody from New York know this. The whole art of breakdancing. First of all, hip-hop was also created to calm down the black youth of New York City. I'm also going to say around the time when breakdancing came out, the youth were out of control. And every time they saw was a point in America where so-called blacks might take over, they would always try to pacify blacks or come with some type of new program. But in the days of breakdancing, it calmed people down and it got us back to having fun. Because before this, it was gangs. It was gangs in New York, and they were taking each other out all across the boroughs. So rap was a good way to pacify the blacks and calm them all down. So breakdancing was a way to get your frustration off, and breakdancing is what made so-called gangsters start dancing. And when, you got to remember this too, y'all. In the days of breakdancing, there was no such thing as you too cool to dance. Back then, if you could dance, you dance. When a person didn't dance, it's just because they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? But there was no such thing as you was too hard to dance with a chick or dance by yourself, period. Because dancing has always been part of our culture. Anybody know about culture, you know throughout history, you go back thousands of years, you always see it was dancing involved. Because dancing is how we gave praise to the Most High, always. Or when we was in our glory of prosperity, we would dance as a celebration, feast, festivals, celebration. We always celebrated the good times. But now you're going to see you don't got too much to celebrate. And everything you try to celebrate, it come with a price. So the point is this. This is the real break dancing. This is where it started at. You're going to see the elements, the dancing, you're going to see the graffiti. You're going to see the cardboard, because that's real break dancing. Even when brothers were so high tech, the whole science of the Puma suit, the windbreaker, was so you get a whole nother spin on the cardboard. That's where the windbreaker come from. So when you break dance without a windbreaker, that's fugazi too. That's bogus, because that's not real break dancing. All right. When you break dance, you gotta have the whole apparel. This also takes us back to the days of when we first started getting fly. All right. This when New York started the term of getting fly. Period. And also, I'm going to salute my Puerto Rican brothers, because I don't know what's going on now where everybody want to try to write Puerto Ricans out of history, when I always going to look at Puerto Ricans as black. I grew up with Puerto Ricans, and they was there from the beginning. All right. And you got to understand, the whole America is related until the white man came and conquered all this shit from south to north. Canada, Puerto Rico, Mexico. They conquered all this shit, gave everybody fake ass flags. So you still waving them flags, that's on you. Bro, you got to understand, if you want to know who's really black, all you got to do is look at who get treated the same. That's all you got to do. Now, everybody's not African-American. So today, I'm also still drawing a line between African-Americans and black people, period. But I've been seeing a lot of racist shit. And I told y'all, people try to say, oh, black people can't be racist. I told y'all, I gave my disclaimers in the beginning, right? I'm not here to disrespect nobody. But today, I'm not playing with nobody neither. Anybody that keep repeating shit you fucking heard 1,000 times, you're a fucking dummy. Anybody that keep repeating cliches, they're all programs of brainwashing. I'm going to say it again. People actually be saying the dumb shit like black people can't be racist. So when you say shit like that, how you think other people feel when you say dumb shit like Puerto Ricans ain't had nothing to do with hip-hop? Hip-hop would have been the same without Puerto Ricans. Why the fuck would you say that? Meaning, you're going to see a lot of black people are racist because they always trying to just say some dumb shit. Why I say that? You see them Puerto Rican brothers posted up? You see that it was blacks and Puerto Ricans started that whole shit. You see them dripped up. You see them matching motherfucking Puma jackets with the lead. Niggas got on the shell tops. You see that Puerto Rican with that nameplate gold chain on? Yeah, we started that gold chain shit. So when you see these rap niggas running around with gold chain, man, we started that shit. Early 80s, fool. Get it? This is where hip-hop started. I'm showing y'all the package deal. The dancing, the rapping, the graffiti, the gear, the chains. You feel me? That's where all this shit come from. Y'all don't know y'all history. Guess what? That's why they able to do this. Because the youth of this generation, they just wanted to rap and couldn't rap. They wanted to kill each other and barely could do that straight. But meanwhile, they lost the whole art of the whole shit. Don't you know a lot of you candy-ass rappers, if y'all was focused, you could have been in the Olympics and got some goddamn real money and some accolades. But the point is this shit started in the goddamn ghetto in the hood, man. All right, we was raised on this. So I'm just showing you, right? It was always also about the apparel, the matching gear. Some preferred Puma, some preferred Adidas, some preferred Nike. But the whole purpose of the gear was for the B-boy. So you'll see the Puerto Rican brothers posted in the B-boy stands. You feel me? That was called chilling. And you be chilling, holding down your homeboy while he getting his dance on. And sometimes brothers had to hold a gun just in case that shit get nasty. All right? Because you had hoods battling hoods. And that's when niggas put the guns down. All right. So don't ever forget history. And I'm telling you, New York history. This is what I seen as a kid. All right. We always was fly, bomber leather coats, $400 coats back then, Adidas suits, Nikes to match. All this was hip hop you're looking at. All right. So I'm going to bring it back to you. Hip hop. Because remember, right? We don't run break dancing. We don't even run break dance no more. Once again, I'm going to show you Lee from B Street. I'm showing you the art of how we always match, coordinated our gear, always. We never came out the house like fucking bums. We never came out the house lost. We always had chemistry, always, always, all right, always. And if you ain't had chemistry, somebody's going to let you know that. So when I saw brothers couldn't pass a baton correctly, what does that mean, y'all? They have no chemistry, which means what? A lot of African Americans are out of touch, period. So look, going back into hip hop, man. Beat Street was the first hip hop movie of all time. The raw movie that didn't even have a lot of actors in it. But the key is, you've seen movies like You Got Served, you've seen all this different shit. But the thing you got to remember, overseas, they preserved the culture of America. See, everything so-called blacks did overseas, they preserved it. You was always chasing something new, throwing something away, but other people was keeping it. Boom. So I'm showing you, it was always coordination. It was always you had to be fly matching. And these were breakdance crews. You're looking at the Rock Steady crew. So my point is, I'm showing you the art of breakdancing who started the shit. Also, brothers first started getting money breakdancing. They would go to Manhattan, bring the cardboard, put the hat down, and it'd be a brother standing there holding the hat, and they collect the money as they danced. This is how black brothers and Puerto Ricans in New York City first started generating money without doing crime, and they was getting paid. Also, I'm going to break down the apparel that was worn back then. You see that Puerto Rican brother right there with that sheepskin. Some of y'all think it's a Shirley. No, sheepskin was #1 coat at that time. Everybody could not afford one. Your family had to have some money, or you had to be a somebody to even get one. Then you had to be a somebody to even wear one because you was going to get it taken. The #1 apparel, the sheepskin coat. You feel me? With the sneakers to match. Everything got to be fresh. You're going to see the brother with the leather, with the motherfucking turtleneck on. You're going to see the other Puerto Rican brother with the fresh leather bomber on. You feel me? Because we was wearing leather coats. We was wearing leather coats on top of other shit, on top of whole outfits. We was fresh to death because that was the apparel. This was shit. These are the brothers I looked up to when I was young. You know why? Because they was really doing shit. Trend setting, originators. These are the real OGs. So when I see like clown stuff like this, it breaks my heart. You know why? Because I seen this whole thing start. What does it say? The internet reacts to breakdancing abomination. Keyword abomination, y'all. They saying this shit is fucking highly disrespectful, and they're saying this shit is a damn joke and a mockery. Why? How the hell you got a breakdance competition if it ain't no black people in it from America? But I'm just showing you, if breakdancing was your culture, you don't have that no more. So I'm going to keep showing you. You missed it in the last day. We also missed it now. So if I ask everybody right now, right? In the past 100 years, what did so-called African Americans create in this world right now that is still of use, that is used every day, that we can say we created in this lifetime right here? Now, if I said name me 3 things, see that? Told y'all, man, the world is based on creation and innovation. A lot of things we created, they got taken. We know that. We know back in slavery, whatever you created, the master took it. But in this world, everything you created, you gave it away and desecrated it. That's what happened. So, boom. Just give me your idea. Also, brothers used to get locked up for breakdancing. All right. They would battle, or they would be in front of private property. They would be places they ain't supposed to be at. And sometimes brothers would get locked up also trying to get money breakdancing in the daytime when they're supposed to be at school. But this is what rap started to do. This is what hip-hop was doing. This is the beginnings of hip-hop. All right. And like I said, remember this, bro. This is when brothers wasn't too cool to dance, no matter what. Back then, you danced if you could. If you couldn't dance, you just didn't dance. But it was no such thing as being too cool to dance. All right. So boom. Now I'm going to this shit, the Django. And what's crazy, this was on this morning. They've been showing a lot. Thank you very much, Giovanni. Thank you, everybody that been supporting this platform, and some of y'all that just been clicking on. I'm in the zone right now, y'all. So I'm not ignoring nobody, but I got to get through this. All right. Trust me. Got love for all my people, man. Now look. They've been showing this a lot, but I've been watching this today. I got to break down some shit. Today, I'm just talking to smart people, man, for real. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, right? A lot of people didn't understand this movie, The Django. The Django Unchained means a whole lot. First of all, Unchained meant he didn't have no chains on his brain. That's why if you know the movie, he was free. They also show you in the movie that he was really free, but he got kidnapped. See, it's when this whole slavery thing went down, some people got held hostage that was already here. Some people got put in slavery and held hostage on their own land. Yes, they brought in Africans, but before they brought in Africans on those boats, it was a lot of dark people still here. It was already here. I don't went into that. That's for another day. But I'm going to show you the most ultimate part that nobody peeped in this movie. Because guess what? I just really peeped this shit this morning, y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So, I don't know how many of y'all peeped this part. This is the part where he pulled out this skull. This skull is supposed to have been an African slave. One of his ex-slaves. Actually, it was the his great-grandfather's slave. And the slave name was Ben. Anybody who always talking about Moors and Moors talk, you know to talk about Ben, Benjamin Banneker, Ben. Anytime you hear the word Ben, it represents a black man, all right? You hear the word Ben, you hear the word Moor, Maurice, certain things like that, right? But anyway, this represented his great-grandfather's top slave. And the slave had raised 2 generations. Ben was the most trusted slave of his great-grandfather, and he was speaking on the conversation of how he never understood why Ben never tried to take his grandfather out. Then he understood. Then he also made a point to say something like he never understood how come the slaves would never kill the master, even though it was more slaves on the plantation. See, that's what a lot of y'all understand. See, a slave owner, let's look at it. He might have had, let's say he had 100 slaves. All together between the elders and the children, he got 100 slaves. Master only got his wife, a couple people. Let's say on the plantation, it might have been 10 white people altogether. So Leonardo was talking about he never understood how his grandfathers was never scared of 100 slaves, knowing that they can kill him at any night and take over. And it's something he said in this shit right here that was so deep, because they exposed in this movie how they really think about black people, how they really feel about African Americans. Let me clarify that. Today, I'm talking about the difference between African Americans and black people. African Americans are the descendants of slaves, and I'm going to show you how they look at African Americans. Now, boom. Also, to show y'all, everything they do is mental. Studying your brain. I told you that. That's why every app you be on, it says what's on your mind. They study your brain. I'm not going to tell you no more. This skull represented an ex-slave that was so loyal to their family. So what this dude, what he did, y'all know he sawed a piece of the brain off. And he was breaking down how in the African's brain, it is a part of their brain that is very submissive and is only exists in the Negro species. These are facts. And he was breaking down how other races have this same particular thing in the front of their brain and around their brain, but he was breaking down how it's a certain part of the African brain that makes them submissive. These are facts, which is my proof. They've been studying your brain for decades. What you think they was doing? They also was experimenting on people, cracking their brain open, doing trauma tests. To this day, they do trauma tests. But what I'm trying to show you is, it is people that know how your brain works. So this is my point. This is how you're going to know who's an African American from a black person. Because he was breaking down the science of the skull. And they understand that some people have different thinking patterns. Let me explain to you an African American and how he said it's a submissive part of their brain. Why you think the whole Africa got conquered throughout decades? Why you think they also believe that? I broke down to y'all, when they went to Africa, they did as they pleased. When they tried to conquer America, that shit took over 400 years. And it took the whole Europe, many generations. So I broke down a scenario. Hey, over here, warriors. Not saying no warriors in Africa, but when you study history, you will see the white man never took no real losses in Africa like that. He didn't. They pillaged that shit because they understood the mind of the Negroid. Now, boom. They said that they are the most submissive. Who are the most forgiving people? You can put foot up their ass and they still forgive you, right? You can lie to them all day. You can take their money. You can do the most horrible shit to them. They still gonna forgive you, right? Submissive. Who are the main people always in their emotions and feelings? Crybabies. Always emotional. Whether you're happy, sad, crying. Who always you see crying all the time? They understand what makes certain people's brain work. So he was breaking down the whole art of how you can always keep a slave, because a slave has a submissive point in their brain where they will always bow down, even if it's due to their own ignorance. These are facts. So now I'm going to prove it. After slavery, before slavery, they had so many different programs towards the African American. This is why the African American is flipped inside out to this day. Don't know who they are. And they're still under old laws. That's what I'm going to show you. Social studies is studying black people. Keyword social. Social is study how they talk, study how they think, study how they move, study their history, study every fucking thing they do. Social studies, aka science project. Guess who the science project is? The African American. Why? It was no such thing as an African American at one point. Before they started breeding over here, it was no such thing. It was a science project. Y'all don't understand that. I'm going to tell you this last time. They created African Americans just like pit bulls, Rottweilers, Doberman pinchers. They say a grapefruit is a lemon mixed with an orange. They created African Americans just like all that shit. Fruit, animals. For those who know what I'm talking about, I'm talking high science alchemy. They breeded an entity they needed to control and work for them. They breeded the African American to be a tool for Europeans, period. So after slavery, now mind you, we know the 13th Amendment, so-called African Americans were labeled as property. Now don't forget, I'm talking about African Americans, y'all, but do not forget how some people already told you that you had Indians in your family, and don't forget how you already know there was a lot of Black Indians in this family, all right, in this nation. So boom, remember, the African American is a science project, social studies, social engineering. What is that? Planned Parenthood. Social engineering is how they always study your genes. They study your birth rate. They study how you multiply. They study your living conditions, spending conditions, nutrition, health. See why they always telling you? Black people, African Americans are the number one dyers of heart disease. African Americans are the number one victims of sex disease. African Americans will die 20 years before their time. You always under studies, right? Science project, social engineering. What's the engineering part? When you start getting brainwashed and believing the shit. Man, I got this because my grandmother had it. I got this because my grandfather had it. Program. You're getting engineered. You're getting stirred. That's your whole life, Black people. Your whole life. Boom. Now, after slavery, they started playing these law games. And every couple of years, they'll change the laws. Enacted in 1865 and 1866, they started the Black Codes. The Black Codes were designed to replace the social controls previously exerted over Black Americans by slavery. The Black Code was designed to replace the social controls. The social controls. Do you get it? You always been controlled socially. What does that mean? Well, you can't say what you want. You can't do what you want. You can't purchase what you want. You can't expand like you want, because all that shit you do socially is controlled. And I'm going to say it again. Social media was to study the control effects, study the brain, study their mind, their spending, study their family structure, study their attitude, their anger, their happiness, study how they post when they got a new car, study how they post because they got a new crib, study every single thing they do, how they try to sell drugs on the internet, how they try to sell food, study them, because everything you do, you're being programmed and studied. Why? Now, this study they've been doing, don't forget, they studied, but they came to a result and a conclusion. Once you do the experiment, you have to say either yes or no. That's how experiments go, y'all. Did you forget? When you do an experiment, the whole thing you're trying to see is the end result. And I'm keep telling y'all, we are now at the end result. So when I tell y'all no more African American domination, I'm going to keep proving it to you. So boom. After slavery, they put in the Black Code designed to replace social controls, meaning your whole life is controlled and nobody got to show a hand or a face. And this is what I was telling y'all. Also, a lot of these American programs, the Klan had their hand in it after slavery. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all. The original Klan were Democratic, and Democratic back then was all about keeping Africans poor, making them suffer and struggle. That has always been the program. They are the main ones. Now, like I said, they have studied Africans' brain for centuries, and they said it's a submissive device in their brain. This is the same part of your brain they target with the music, the same part of your brain they target with nice images, nice videos. This is why you're spellbound from the internet, because the internet has been working your brain. And while we've been on this internet, the whole world has changed. The whole world, y'all. I'm gonna prove it. The internet is the nail in the coffin, y'all. These apps are the last thing you're gonna see before you see the end. Meaning, after this shit is over with, it's never gonna be the same. I'm gonna prove it. Let's go. Now, the Django represent. Now you see, the Django was unchained. He wasn't in mental handcuffs, meaning he was not a slave. Why you think when you watch the movie, he was saying what he want, he did what he want. The whole point of the movie is Jamie Foxx represented the free black man because it was free black men here. He was a free black man that got put into slavery because there was certain things going on. Yes, it was Moors here. Yes, it was a lot of free people here. And when they came with the last time to lock this shit down, that last war, they put all free and unfree in bondage. Yes, they did. The Moors that were here were prisoners of war. But don't forget, it wasn't just Moors, it was black, Jewish people. We're going to get in all that, right? It was dark people all over here before they got here. So the point is this. The Django is a free black man. He was a free black man that got put in slavery. But you're going to see, you know how you're going to know? You'll see once the man bought him his freedom, he went back to himself. He put his original clothes on. They showed you he knew how to ride a horse. You got to be a free man to learn how to know how to ride a horse. You'll see he was talking to white people in any kind of way, and they ain't like that shit. He was talking to Leonardo to his face. Salute, punches. And see, when he was breaking down his brain, he was talking to Jamie Foxx. He was trying to break him down, basically saying, yeah, you're supposed to be a smart Negro. You're supposed to be, this tough black guy. But see, I'm going to put this skull out here, and I'm going to fuck with your head. He was breaking down, look, yeah, you acting tough, but see, it's a submissive part of your brain. And we mastered that. That's how we keep your people in bondage. So while he was talking shit, Jamie Foxx just sitting there taking that shit. But when it was all said and done, his ass got smoked, because another way you know how Jamie Foxx was free, he was a free man because he knew how to shoot that gun. If you know anything about slavery, slaves couldn't shoot guns. I done showed y'all pictures, old slave pictures, allegedly, with Nat Turner and others, and I showed you black men with gold earrings in their ear. Anybody know what a picture of a black man with a gold earring in their ear look like? You tell me. And then I'm going to ask you a question. How the hell is a black man with a gold earring in slavery? For those who smart, you get it. And if you don't get it, you better fucking catch up, because I ain't got time to play with none of y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. The black codes. These are the laws. See, it's certain laws that's on black people that have never left, and this is why shit is like that. Meaning, you can buy whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, but these laws still on you. Mississippi Black Code required black people to have written proof of employment at the beginning of each year, and they could be arrested or lose their wages if they fail to prove it or provide it. Did not tell y'all America is going back into being legit. Did not tell you if you're not verified in America, you're going to get rounded up. You're not going to be able to shop. You're not going to be able to go nowhere. It's already hard as hell right now to do a lot of shit, no matter how much money you got. You can't get a car like that. You can't get a crib like that. If you don't have credentials in America, you're going to be a nobody. I kept telling y'all this shit is going back to that. We got migrants in the country, new people. America's going to come down to who's who. It's not going to be about skin color. So let me tell you again with the black code. The black code required black people to have written proof of employment. See that? Anybody unemployed, in a minute, you're going to be the target. And I say anybody that don't pay taxes. Black people had to have written proof of employment at the beginning of each year, and they could be arrested or lose their wages if they failed to provide it. The codes also made black people sign yearly labor contracts, and they could be fined, arrested, or forced into unpaid labor if they refuse. Black codes. So now I'm showing you. See, I'm going to show y'all this shit. Now you see how everybody was talking that Juneteenth shit, and all the blacks was free and all this shit. Don't forget, it's a lot of Negroes with college degrees that learned in white schools, and the white people brainwashed their ass. Every black HBCU was started by a white man because they didn't want black people in their school. So they gave them HBCUs, and they gave them a lesser education on purpose. That's why you're not going to see too many people with college degrees or went to black colleges talk about these black codes, because I don't even think if they know. And if they do, they stupid. And if they don't, if they do know, they hiding the truth. So look, boom. The black codes were seen as a continuation of antebellum slave codes. So what am I telling you? I'm proving to y'all after slavery, Negroes were never free. Negroes are never free. Because soon as they freed, all they did was switch up the paperwork and made it where you won't have shit. Because under these codes, you still didn't have your own land. You still couldn't feed yourself. You still couldn't go nowhere. Guess what they had to do? Go back to master, work on his land. Then he would cheat them out their money and say, you ain't got no tools. How you gonna work a land? I can give you the land all day, but you ain't got no tools. You ain't got no seeds. This is how they first started to extort black people, so-called African Americans. The secret joke is African Americans. It's not black people. A lot of people fall under black and brown. All black and brown people whose ancestors are not from slavery are free people, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show y'all something. And this is why they had to keep pushing for you to cling on to slavery or you to cling on to African. Because when you claim Africa, you automatically an ex-slave. Even though everybody's not. Now look, it's nothing wrong if you're from Africa. It's nothing wrong if you see yourself as an ex-slave. But it's only going to come a difference when it comes down to the law. We're going to get into that too. And I'm also going to prove today when the term African American was first started. So I'm shitting on the word, but I'm going to show you it's just a word. Nowadays, you got to know who you are without words. The black codes were seen. Now, you see why that word black? The black codes were seen as a continuation of the antebellum slave codes, and their passage angered Republicans in Congress. The code helped fuel support for the Civil Rights Act of 1866 and the 14th Amendment, which were passed in response, and the Reconstruction Act of 1867. It weakened the effect of the black codes by requiring states to uphold equal protection. So as you see, they had to keep passing laws to fight it. So boom, after slavery, they made up new laws, put you back in slavery. Then the government would take those laws off, then they'll make new laws. Now let's look. And mind you, a lot of the racism started in this country, y'all, is because I figured it out. A lot of racism started in this country because after the South lost the war, they also wasn't allowed to vote. The Confederates couldn't vote in the next election. Then the government started all these new programs, and they started blessing black people on purpose to make the Confederates mad. Another thing this government did, the Northern African slaves that were down there killing people, because we already broke down, I'm going to say it again. The most slaves in America was in Massachusetts. They were putting them in the army. When those black African slaves that were in the army went down south, they killed a lot of people. But what the government did after that was leave their ass down there. That's what happened, y'all. Salute Boulevard. Good morning, brother. Salute all the brothers, man. This is important right here. Check it out. Now, when the African soldiers went down south killing shit, you know, they was with the Union, the Yankees. When they went down there killing, the goddamn government left the African Union military people down south. You get it? So all those black soldiers we saw working for the North, well, the North left some of their ass down south. And that shit started the racial tension because they told the Confederates on one hand, y'all ain't part of this country no more, y'all lost. Then they told the black Africans they left down there, y'all go vote. And that shit started tension because they was willing to let the black soldiers vote that killed the South, but they wouldn't let the original South people vote. And that started tension. So also the government was always playing race games too. Now the Confederates was getting pissed because they couldn't vote. They had no more rights. And they saw all the Africans getting rights on purpose because the government was playing a game called divide and conquer. And they started putting people from the North down south. Also, another reason why the Klan was or the Klan and them was acting like that towards them Africans in the South, because the government has specifically taken the Africans that were in war killing Southerners. They started giving them land in the South on purpose to keep tension. So anyway, we're gonna get back into that. Hold up, I'm gonna take my time today. So boom, right? Yeah, this right here going to the black code too. After slavery, yeah, they started putting them black men to work. This is when they first started the chain gang, but the chain gang was started back then because there was no such thing as a penitentiary. It was work fields, meaning if you broke a law, say you got caught stealing somebody's chickens, you got caught for stealing, because they say a lot of blacks got caught for stealing because they couldn't take care of themselves. Same way to this day in the cities, crime comes from people that can't take care of themselves. And that's also a secret joke. They say crime didn't start in these cities till the poor blacks left the South and went to the North and couldn't get jobs, and they started committing crimes. This is when they started the penitentiary system. But back then, this is when they always found ways to keep your ass working and slaved out. So after slavery, the new form of slavery was the chain gang. And that was under the black code. Let me get back to this real quick. So Reconstruction also started trying to help blacks, but then blacks started making moves. Now look, through Jim Crow laws. Reconstruction ended in 1877 through Jim Crow laws, which were not finally abolished until the Civil Rights era. So after the Reconstruction, then black people was under Jim Crow laws. So they always kept a slave code law on you. Know why? Because they never wanted blacks to surpass the whites. They always knew that blacks can get back in power. They also knew the original black people on this land that they kidnapped, those are the main ones they never wanted to get back in power. They was never scared of African Americans that came off a ship. They was always scared of the black people that was here that they conquered. That's what they scared of. You know, when the Spanish came here, they had to fight the original blacks. The French came, they had to fight the original blacks. The British came, they fought the original blacks. Some of y'all call them Indians, whatever the fuck you call them. See, the original blacks is who they always scared of. They're not scared of African Americans. So we'll get into that. The whole key was they never wanted the conquered ones to get back in power. The conquered black native is represented by Jamie Foxx in the Django. He represents the man that was here before they got here and got conquered and put in bondage. I'm going to prove it again. The reason why you'll know he was a free man before that, because you'll see once they freed him from slavery, he knew how to shoot, he knew how to ride a horse, and he knew how to speak, and he was very intelligent, which means he was not a slave. All right, and I'll get into that another day. Let's go. Now I'm going to bring you up to modern time. Officer pulls woman from car, beats her, and insults her in video. This is what happens to African Americans. This is what happens to the ancestors of the slaves. I'm going to tell y'all again. This country is ran off law. When you don't know law, you're considered a slave. When you don't know law, you're considered an animal. Law represents order, structure, whether we like it or not. Let me give you an example. Okay, if I stand outside with a whole bunch of drugs on me and shoot all day, what does that mean? It means I'm a savage, right? An animal. I'm not respecting the law and order, right? Boom. So I'm also going to show y'all too the slave mentality. I'm going to show you the slave mentality. And it's not to diss nobody. The woman did not feel comfortable stepping out of the vehicle. See that? Feelings. They said it's a submissive part of the African American's brain that deals with high emotion, feelings. They know how to make you feel a certain way. This is why they always scared you with the boogeyman and scared you with the police. So you be in fear. And they say fear kill a man quicker than a bullet. That's why African Americans are always taught to fear or live in fear. And that's why they be stuck in a false reality of fear. They showed you that on Get Out. He was fearful, scared, right? Scared of reality. Now, let me go back to this. Everybody, now don't forget, anybody in psychology has studied this, and you'll see all forms of law enforcement, all forms of social service, all forms of government, all forms of real high places study psychology because they have to study your brain because you are the target. Boom. Now look, I'm gonna show y'all this shit. I'm gonna show you how easy this shit is, y'all. The woman did not feel comfortable stepping out the vehicle, and the question is why. Now, for the people that's always talking about white supremacy, you know what that really means? It really means you're acknowledging that you're a second-class citizen. Even though they say African Americans were created to be second class, but you keep the narrative going. Why? Because you're scared of white people. So did you know once you're scared of white people, you automatically become a second-class citizen? My point is this. If you're still scared of white people, I'm going to say you are definitely a descendant of a slave. You are definitely a real African American. Only African Americans are scared of white people for the way they got their ass whipped. Me, I'm not scared of white people. I look any man in their eye. And I know a lot of y'all like that. But I'm going to show y'all something. First of all, right, the woman does not feel comfortable. The question is why? Why? What you scared of? If you didn't do nothing, you had nothing to be scared of. This is what I'm going to try to tell you again. If you don't know the law, you're considered to be a slave or a terrorist, one of the two. Now, it's a narrative of black people are ex-slaves, and they also are saying black people are the new terrorists. Because anybody that doesn't go according to American law, you're going to be considered a terrorist. So, boom. Now, she's not comfortable getting out the car. But you got to understand what's going on. Now, it's turning into resisting arrest, but it's not even an arrest. This is my whole point, man. When you get pulled over in a car, right? I'm going to tell you how I do it because I'm a free man. I ain't no slave. I'm going to tell you how it go. You get pulled over in a car. All right, 9 times out of 10, you know if you did something or not, so don't play stupid. All right, if I had some dirt in the car, I know if I got dirt. If I did some dumb shit, blew a stop sign, blew a light, I know what the fuck I did. I done blew stop signs, I done blew lights, and got pulled over and told the lady straight up, my bad, I thought this man was trying to get me. Because one time, it was this nigga walking on the side of the car, and I was at the light, I just blew the light. And police seen that shit, and I told her straight up, man, I didn't know what that dude was going to do. Because the way he was coming in the street, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, they just want to see if I had license or not. Man, I done got caught in roadblocks and got out of that shit. My point is this. When you look them in their face and you talk like you know what you're talking about, they're not going to play with you. So when you get pulled over, first of all, you got to know what you did. Then if you don't know what you did, let me school you. Did you know sometimes you get pulled over because you just at the wrong place? If you go, now remember y'all, I broke down the whole science of redlining and showing you the communities. And the red line is the ghetto, the hood, where everything toxic is at. So police are always going to pull you over when you're in red zones. If you're anywhere where people get shot, killed, drugs are sold, you're going to get pulled over because that's a red zone. They have the right to do that. Some of y'all don't know that. Now, the whole key is this. If you're innocent and you ain't do shit, you just get it over with. You look him in his damn face. You say, excuse me, sir. Why am I pulled over for? Well, oh, this and that there. Oh, yeah, for real. Whatever he say, all right. Here go my stuff right here. Don't say nothing. Just give it to him. Here you go. Say shit. Chill. Let him do all the damn talking. Then it's either going to be two things. Either you free to go or you violated. And if you violated 9 times out of 10, you already know what you did. So the key is this. Either you're going to let me go or give me a ticket. Which one is it? So it's no need to get rebellious. That's the whole point. Black people are programmed, right? They are so programmed for listening to dumb motherfuckers that they think everybody white out to get them and every officer out to get them. No. Let me show you something, man. Because I ain't never got done dirty like this. Never. Because I know how to move. So boom, right? Mind you, it's already a narrative that what? Black woman out of control, this, that, and the third. Now the question is why she didn't feel comfortable. These are the questions. And this is what's making her look delusional. It's said that blacks live in a state of fear. They own fear. Their own bubble of a false reality. This is my point. Why did she not feel comfortable, y'all? Either she was legit or she wasn't. But now, once you don't do what you're supposed to do, once you giving a man a heart, you ain't producing your credentials, now it's going to be resisting arrest because now you're looking like you got some shit going on. And my point is this. Just because people get into shit, it does not mean it's everybody's beef. This is what I'm talking about. They've been using shit like this to stir black people up, to be over concerned with people's personal shit. God damn it, if I get pulled over and spit on the police and they whip my ass, that's my fault. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all. That's the truth, all right? Hey, shit. It was a time back in the day we used to run. We used to put them on high-speed chases in the car and get out and run. They had to catch us, all right? So I don't know about getting beat up. That's this punk-ass generation, all right? I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So let's go. I'm going to show y'all something, man. See, when you know law, right, you just move accordingly. Then what happened? Then when they violate you, now you got a nice lawsuit. But once you play yourself and you react how they want you to react like a savage, now you're just going to get put in jail and you're just going to get a bad record. But before you could, if you really didn't do nothing, guess what? You could have got a nice lawsuit. That's the law. But I'm going to go somewhere else with it. Boom. I'm showing you different narratives of the African-American mindset. Still scared of massa, still scared of the white man. They say we live in a state of paranoia for no goddamn reason, and it comes from slavery. All right? They said The slaves used to think the Klan was ghosts trying to get them. All right. Now let's look at this. Modern time 2024, y'all. Get this through your head. You looking at these brothers in jail. They're in jail in Virginia, the home of slavery. Would you believe they are letting jail people record music? Peep this shit, y'all. Record deal from jail. Virginia Beach Correctional Facility offers music program to inmates. Now, remember when I told y'all the whole science of prison reform is to make prisons seem sweet as hell? They figured this generation is so fucking dumb, they are now going to make jail sweet. I already broke down to y'all how most of this shit that stream, all of this music streaming is going down in prison. I broke down JPay. They are making so much money off of digital apps, all of this digital shit off jail. See, before they just made money off commissary, the food, the clothes. Now they making money off the food, the clothes, and the internet. Off niggas locked up. So the key is I'm proving to y'all how they are now also making more money off brothers locked up than on the street. Wow, when you're in the street, bro, they got to worry about you doing crime. They got to worry about you doing this, that, and the third. But see, in jail, they know where you at. They got an eye on you. You're going to generate a lot of money, and you're worth more in jail than on the street. That's the new wave. And I told y'all the whole Jay-Z prison reform, they wanted to make jail seem so sweet that when you get locked up, man, you have no problem going back. Man, you can rap. You got music. You can still tweet. You can still post online. All right. And you got a lot of transsexuals locked up with you, bro. Yeah. So a lot of them dudes, they straight. And that's why they got it like that. Now, look, these the same niggas they wouldn't help when they out of jail with a record deal, but when they locked up, they give a record deal. And that's trolling and clowning. Now, let me show y'all something, man. Boom. Look at this shit. Record deal from jail. See that? Niggas think they're rappers, man. This is why I want to show y'all too. Remember when I told y'all they created the look of the slave? They created a look on purpose of an animal. They made all of these trends of dreads, nappy heads. I broke it all down and showed you how the slaves look. I showed you the after slave effect. Did you know in slavery was no such thing as you combing your hair? They didn't never want you to comb your hair. I broke down how after slavery, they always wanted to picture you with that nappy head to show you that you was a nigga. Then they created a fad through rappers. Because through social engineering, let's go back to social engineering. Social engineering means how they work your brain strategically. This is why they made every rapper in the past 10 years, every rapper that made it big had dreads. And then they knew that everybody else will follow the rappers with dreads. I saw some shit yesterday, and I just seen so many brothers that all look the same. All of them had dreads, beards, long hair, and they all look the same. And I was like, yo, I didn't believe how much black men be getting brainwashed, bro. Like nobody has their own identity no more. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Black Diamond. So when I showed y'all this picture, right? And I was telling y'all that when 9 times out of 10, when you see the news of somebody doing a crime, they're gonna look the same way. Because they created a slave look. Also, they create a slave identity, identity to fuck with you. So when you're driving and you look like old boy right there, of course you're gonna get pulled over. They created stereotypical looks. They always did it. The black hoodie. If you went to jail, bro, you had on a black hoodie. Yeah, that's why they hopped out on you. If you had on Jordans, they might have hopped out on you. You get it? It's certain apparel that they programmed us to wear, but they also use that program to lock us up. Because when you in public and a black man looks like him, it really means to law enforcement, he probably got a gun on him. He probably got some drugs. He's probably drive without no license. Let's pull him over to figure it out. Because he does have the stereotypical look of a criminal. The criminal look comes from the rapper. The rapper raps and raps criminal behavior. Then the nigga on the street tries to be like the rapper, emulate the image. Well, really, if you're going to do crime, you're supposed to look totally opposite from what you're doing. Haha. That's why the real criminals wear suit and ties. You wear your shit on your sleeve. You want to be a thug. You want to look like a thug. And you're proud to be a thug. But then you're going to end up thugs die and go to jail. So being that thugs die and go to jail, now they letting niggas rap. But the whole time, these are niggas in Paris. Also Quavo and Travis Scott over there. But I want to show you how the look of the rapper is not a standard look of the so-called black man. It is not that every black man just woke up one day and said he want to grow dreads, because we know dreads are nothing new. I said it before. But The average black man in America under a certain age, their whole life comes from the internet. Their whole life comes from rappers. And the powers that be have been giving these rappers so much money to lead everybody off the cliff. So now we talk about future generations, and ain't one on that level. So I'm going to get in all of that. Then let's look at this. The term African American generally denotes descendants of Africans enslaved in the United States. Thank you very much, Janine. African Americans proportion of Black Americans in each county as of the 2020. Now let's look. The term African American denotes descendants of Africans enslaved in the United States. See that? This is my proof. It's a difference between African American and Black people. It is a difference. It is a difference. I want to say it again. African Americans are a whole different group of people. They are the ones that came on boats, that came here as slaves, the ones that came on boats, that came here to join the military, the ones that come here to this day that are free and have kids. It is a percentage of African Americans, and it is different from Black people. Back in the days, there was no such thing as African American. Back in the day, there was no such thing as calling nobody Black. But the people of the Americas were dark, and that's from Canada on down. We call them Black Indians, something like that. Anyway, I'm showing y'all something. I'm showing you the separation between African Americans and Black people. So when I be saying shit, but a lot of y'all don't get it, right? Because you super brainwashed. But at the end of the day, a lot of y'all are descendants of slaves. That's why some of the shit I say you never gonna get. Some of the things we about, some of y'all never gonna be about. And some of y'all always gonna deal with y'all ways because that's who you are. All right. You was raised to always be stupid. You was raised to have a lot of sex because you were used for breeding. You was raised to be entertainment. That's what they used you for. And that's all you ever gonna be, all you ever gonna know. I'm talking to smart people now. Let's go. What is the origin of the term African American? Most of us became familiar with the etonym African American in the 1980s. Told y'all, shit new. Jesse Jackson began popularizing it as an alternative to Black. So ask the question, why did they not want you to be Black no more? Now they wanted you to be African American. Was it because of the movements of I'm Black and I'm proud and Black brought on a certain consciousness? Now, back in the day, Black did mean something different. Black was the recognized word that all people around the world with a dark complexion or one drop of blood could be considered Black, or all family. This is the sayings that had to be used. But you still will see Black and African American is two different things. Anybody who got dark ancestors, I don't care what the language, if you got any dark people in your family, if you got dark people, if you got goddamn it people with freckles, dark hair, it is a particular real Black and brown people, and African Americans are separate. So hopefully y'all getting it. The term African American denotes descendants of Africans enslaved in the United States. Boom. So this is when they started getting people to join the African American bandwagon. Meaning, they also in the 1980s, this is what they did. They was basically letting it be known, hey, anybody, if you know for a fact you got descendants from slavery, because remember, people check their records. If you got any descendants from slavery, you can prove it, you're African American. Also, you got to remember in the 1980s, a lot of our people already knew who they were, because that's when grandma was telling us we got Indian in our family. They was telling us back then. I tell you what, if your grandmother ain't say a goddamn word, if your grandmother did never put a perm in her hair and her shit was down her back or to her back, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. So I ain't got to play with it. If you had anybody in your family, grandmother, aunts, hair down their back, no perm, that was the secret right there. And a lot of our people knew that back then. They knew the truth. But this is when they first started trying to see, African American was the term used to brainwash everybody born in the 80s and up, us. That's what this was for. When they started to create a new breed of people. They say, yo, this Black stuff, they proud to be Black now. They waking up. We got to change it. Let's call them African Americans now. Switch it up. And then the real blacks will remember who they are, but the new people, they're going to go along with this African-American wave. And this when they started that proud to be black, and they started all this black shit. Get it? They started this extra shit. But the whole African-American program was put together by Reverend Jesse Jackson. He's your black leader, African-Americans. He ain't around no more. He laying low. So boom. African-American is an ethnic term that refers to people in the United States who have partial or full ancestry from any of the black racial groups of Africa. That's another terminology. The term is also known as Black American or Afro-American. Just showing you how they play with words. Key thing is, anybody who has a partial or full ancestry from any of the black racial groups of Africa. Then it says black racial groups. Why? You have a black complexion, then you have a black race. Let's move on to show y'all what I told y'all already yesterday, and I'm going to prove it. Practices of the thugs. The original thugs come from India. That's why when you study all American history, we study world history, you're going to see all real black nations fought. All real black nations fought to the death. India is one of them. To this day, well, back then, Europeans were scared of India. Scared to death, scared of India, scared of China. Nobody ever been scared of Africa. Never. Practice of the thugs. The thuggies, they would do a lot to white people. They would slaughter and kill them. They would rob them. I told y'all that is Kamala Harris' background. That is her bloodline. So when people talk all this black talk, oh, she not black, she Indian. She not Indian, she black. No, what Kamala Harris was trying to tell y'all to y'all face, I'm not African American. That's what I'm not. But as far as her being black, yes. Her being Indian, yes. You see that black Indian right there? Now, you know the history of India, you'll know what they did to them. The whole laws to this day, what we do with RICO laws and gang laws, gang crime, that come from the 1800s, that come from the thuggies. They was indicting them back then on criminal conspiracies. They also was sending infiltrators at them. They couldn't stop them. They was killing people without weapons. All they would find is the skulls. That's how slick they were. They was real gangsters. Clean killing, no blood. They killed by choking you with a chain to leave no blood. And they was killing for their people in their country. And to this day, they still banned. And they're the original thugs. So they took the program of the thugs and they taught it to Tupac. Because Tupac was raised by a Jewish woman. And she taught him to read books. And the thug program was installed in American blacks through Tupac. That's why I told you, it's not a coincidence. Tupac from the Bay, Kamala from the Bay, fake-ass Black Panthers from the Bay, because that's where they ran a lot of black programs at on African Americans. African Americans were also created in Oakland. So I'm showing you something, y'all. When I told y'all they sent Kamala Harris, when I told y'all Kamala's being set up for failure, this is what I'm talking about, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right? And I'm telling y'all, I don't care who wins. But I'm going to show y'all the joke and the truth. Kamala Harris' secret past laid bare. Wannabe presidents, Hindu background. Why they bringing up a Hindu background? Eco obsession, dating Montel Williams and being a mama stepmom. See that? Told you she's going to get hell because they know who she is. They know her ancestors. She's set up to take the blame for what Joe did. Do you get it? That man to the left is her ancestors, fool. So I'm trying to tell you, man, Kamala know who she is. But guess what? She's playing a dirty game. And that's how it's always going to be. How you want to know if Kamala black? Well, look how they treating her. Look how they talking about her. And this ain't got nothing to do with her or Trump. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth, fools. It ain't just about Trump. It's about the people she down with that set her ass up. When y'all going to wake up? But then again, African Americans never wake up. She's being set up by her own team. That's my opinion. Now let's keep it pushing. This Oakland right now, man. Smoke been blowing all over that shit. Toxic smoke blowing through Oakland as we speak. Told y'all, man. You're going to wake up out of this nightmare. This Oakland right now. And as far as we know, we don't know what kind of toxic that is. We do not know. Now, that's on the West Coast. Now, while that's going on the West Coast, let's take a look at what happened on the East Coast, because we've been covering this. Now, today, I'm going to show you proof of the damage of Debbie, and I'm going to show you the proof of the roundups, and I'm going to show you the proof of the FEMA camps, and I'm going to prove where a lot of y'all going very soon. Salute to the check. Episode 787 Real Talk today. What's up, Danny girl? Shout out to the new people that got this paper, that got that membership, because a lot of y'all don't get to see. I also came on Saturday for the people that can't make it and the people that got to work and the people on the West Coast. YFN Louis, what up? Everybody up in here, y'all. What's up? Family is here, front and center. What's up, Fareed? What's up? What's up, Leonard? Everybody up in here. What's up, Melanie? So look, y'all, let's go. Let's go. Because look, right? Everybody been sleeping. Remember, I told you, right? Boom. Now let's go back to the social engineering. Now, this is the new reality we live in now. This is what they figured out. They say, look, man, we control them 100% on the internet. So boom, anything we want them to do or know about, put it on the internet. Whatever we don't want them to know about, we don't put it on the internet. And if we don't put it on the internet, they'll never know the truth. Why? They don't watch TV no more anyway. They don't watch the news. They don't know what the fuck going on if it ain't on the internet. So we got them. We got them searching everything on the internet, their life, their food, their entertainment. But all of the real shit, we're going to make sure we don't put that on the internet. And that's how we control media. That's how we control their reality. We control what they socialize about. We control their whole life. Now look, boom. Mind you, on the East Coast, it's been a slaughter. Just happened. Let's look at this shit. They said that this shit was going to be some light hurricane. But then again, at the last minute, they did say historical flooding. So when they say historical flooding, that means Hurricane Katrina level or even worse. They said that these waves will be 5 to 10 feet high. I also said it's a media blackout in the black neighborhoods because you'll see when this shit happens, they never show the black neighborhood. Mind you, y'all, the power is still out. It's been out since Sunday. A whole week of suffering. Meanwhile, nobody know what's going on. Nobody phone work. No real shit being done. Media blackout. So boom. Now, mind you, 3 states got hit. And in those 3 states, you should already know a lot of black people got punished. So let's look. To show y'all the graphicness of this shit. The same situation they said was nothing. Does this not look like Moses and them crossing the Red Sea? Does this not look like a movie? This real life. Everybody lost their property. Everybody lost their vehicles. Ain't nobody got no power. Don't know ATM card mean shit. No designer, don't nothing mean nothing. See that? That's America right now. Right now. But they said it was just going to be a little hurricane. What Maury said, that was a lie. This is from Debbie. Do you see them big ass houses sunk underwater? Do you believe only 4 people just passed away? It's some things been going on, y'all, but it's been going over everybody's head because everybody been looking for trending topics and wrapped up in elections. Meanwhile, people are getting wiped away and wiped out. Wiped out. And don't forget, just so happened, a lot of these states are very important when it comes to election, but they will not be voting this year. So look, we don't know how many people dead. We don't know what's going on. Power been off since Sunday. How they gonna get food? What about the babies? What about the elders? What about the disabled? If you know about Hurricane Katrina, they wait days till they come. We just witnessed a Hurricane Katrina in 3 states. People think it's a joke. People think it's a joke. Then they're going to dry all those cars out and try to sell them to us. People think everything is a joke because they say what? You heard on the news. No. You heard on the radio. You saw it on the news, but you never thought it would happen to you. That's the saying. Now, I'm going to show you to your face. This is the Roundup Squad. When they come through on them boats, they are coming strictly for roundups. Meaning anybody trying to stay in their property, they're going to make you leave. And they're going to put an X on your shit. If somebody's dead, they're going to put certain codes on the whole shit. All these cribs are now ruined because of the electricity. It got water in the walls. Now, this is when they get to use this to run up on people. They're going to go in every house. Any guns in there, they're taking that. Any jewelry, they're taking that. Mind you, when you're looking at these people, they are from all over other places. They are not from the places they work at. I've been watching them dispatching people from all over. They'll take 5 people from 5 different states and send them to your state. They got no love for your state. They don't care shit about you, but they're going to be in your house. So, first of all, you're going to see the first rounders they do, they go to the nice white neighborhoods and they save the white people. That's first. They put them up. And while they putting up the white people, they let the black people pillage and rob. Because everybody know in the hood, as soon as that power go out, I know some brothers say smart. That power go out, they're going straight to the pawn shop. That power go out in certain places, especially down south. I know niggas, they going straight to the gun store because that power out. So they know that too. So that's why they out there. Now, mind you, you're also looking at militias. You see these men, they can kill. If they got to kill, they can kill. And guess what? You won't even know who they down with. And they from, you see this boat? Let's say one could be from New York, one could be from Kansas, one be from California, one be from Idaho. That's how they do it. Meanwhile, they all in Florida running through that shit. Then they go run through every state. Meanwhile, you don't even know where they from. Boom. But they do search and rescue. But they don't do the ghetto until they get everybody else straight. Boom. You see that top left corner? That's them mounding up to go help. See that? The dogs, see the white people? You see them men right there, they back turn, they loading up to come down there. Another thing is, when I be looking at a lot of them pictures, they don't show their face because they don't want you to know. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you're looking at FEMA camp. You're looking at the modern day FEMA camps. These are facts. See those cars there? People there right now. Let me show y'all. Thought America was a joke, right? Thought everything was a joke. No, it ain't. It's a FEMA camp. It's just one of them. And you see it's by a nice baseball stadium. I also saw specials, man, where people be in these so-called trailers getting sick, all type of stuff. And it put me on about something that I learned about a long time ago. How some places they put black people at be already contamination in the walls, the air quality, all of that. But this ain't just black people, it's Americans. But you're looking at a modern day FEMA camp because when you get caught in these situations and you have nowhere to go, this is where you're going. You become government property, all right? It's also a nice concentration camp. Get it? Because once you here, boom, you ain't got no family, right? We already verified that. You have no family, you have no job, no income. Where you going? Also, it is said that people be in these spots getting super sick. But this is a real FEMA camp. You see the cars there? Because they are in a FEMA camp. And these are also people that had homes just like everybody else, had a good life like everybody else. But guess what happened? They got caught up in circumstance. And also, don't forget, some FEMA camps are nicer than others. This is a nice one. See that? People like him with nowhere to go, he's going to a camp. Because when they roll up on him and he has nowhere to go, he's a threat to crime. He's a threat to breaking in property. He's a threat to the city. Plus, if you know the real vibe, there is a changing of these communities. And certain people have to go because it has to be room for new people. That's why I told y'all we playing musical chairs. And as you see certain people going out, you're going to see certain people coming in. And this is how, in my opinion, all these neighborhoods are about to get remixed. And it's going to be new people moving in. And who you think going to deal with the cleanup work? Who you think going to be the new people in these cribs? This is going on everywhere under different circumstances. And this is why I kept telling people playing around, right? When the shit go down, as you see, this the black neighborhood right here. And you will see this woman with her kids. And guess what? They're going to tell her she has to leave. I had to dig for these pictures too. Can't find them like that. This is going on right now as we speak. Right now. So you're looking at the real America, right? But guess what? The real America is now, but the new America is going to be anybody that's a law-abiding citizen that is doing what's according to the law, they will be okay in this new world. Anybody going against the grain, anybody going opposite, you are not a target. So I'm going to tell you to your face what's going on. You should already know. See, some of y'all going to be in FEMA camps, and then the migrants going to be in your neighborhood. And that's just how it's going to be. That is the plan. That is how it's panning out right now. So I just had to give y'all my opinion, right? Nothing I say is a fact. I'm not here to gaslight nothing. I'm just here to give clarity for the last time for anybody that's asleep and think shit ain't gonna happen, and you think things are gonna change. It's gonna change, but it's not gonna change in your favor if you going down the wrong path. So that's why through social engineering, the way this country works, every 100 years they always do a wipeout. Every couple of decades they do a wipeout. So they have studied African Americans to the point where they have come to the conclusion that African Americans are not even dominant in sports no more. That's one. They can't even pass a baton, which means they have no cohesion. They have no chemistry. This means no focus, because somehow Americans can't keep focus, mainly African Americans, and I don't know what it is, but their brain is fried. They have never been this infatuated with becoming celebrities, infatuated with cameras. They have never been this infatuated at becoming an image, but in reality, they're nobody. Nobody, because they got smoked by nobodies. All that trying to floss, all that chain, colored hair shit, nails, whatever, has nothing to do with domination. Sports in Olympics represents world domination. So you'll clearly see the way they was talking about this, how these black men could not win for the past 4 Olympics. That's almost 20 years, y'all. It's like 16 years. When this particular race, black people have dominated forever. We talk about American blacks, but they lost. Not only did they lose, they got embarrassed. They came in last place. And it was because of they couldn't pass the baton. So everybody is trying to figure out how the hell they could not pass the baton. And the people that's wise and really know what's going on, I was watching, they know that shit is a mental issue. Because this represents the black man that can't get along. This represents the generation of black men that did not pass the baton to the future generations. It's called we dropped the ball. This shit represents a whole lot, and only the smart people gonna understand that. This represents the African American has went nowhere in time. It meant that they back to square one, because how was they so dominant in everything, but now they losing in everything? Not only are they losing in everything, they're losing their life more than anybody on the planet. They lost their family more than anybody on the planet. They are the most led astray. They're the number one faces of crime, the number one faces of poverty, the number one faces of unwed parents. So yeah, all that shit seemed cool before because we was on that shit. But now it's being used as judgment. So when we look at the bigger scale of a nation, it don't matter what we think no more. That's what I'm trying to tell people. It don't matter what you think. It don't matter what you feel. Everybody else has come to a conclusion. And the secret is, the real secret is that African Americans are a joke and nobody wants to deal with them no more. This is what I kept telling people. This is just the icing on the cake. Because now people in America are mad and they looking at it like, yo, how do we lose this race? And how the hell did they lose for not passing the fucking baton? Something that you could practice for 4 years. The Olympics is every 4 years. And this ain't the first time they did this. And it's only the black men, just the black men. But we already know the so-called saying in America is that the African-American man is finished. Sick. You know why? He became infatuated with the streets too long. He became, first of all, when niggas really messed up at, when they started praising rappers, all right? Rappers and entertainers became a lot of black men fucking daddies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas chased rap for 30 years straight. That's another nail in the coffin. I also told you that black men can't play basketball no more. There's no such thing as coming out the ghetto, making it off your talent. You now have to have, your mom have to have at least $5,000 to $10,000 to put you in a real program. Other than that, you're not going to the pros. Dwayne Wade is a sorry ass nigga. And I can look at him and tell he ain't my brother. He's an African American. I can look at his ass. All right. And that's why he has no problem doing this. But see, in your mind, you're going to make excuses. In your mind, you're going to debate about rainbow topics. But in the world, the rest of the world, they're looking at this shit like, I would never do nothing like that. This doesn't make no sense. Because guess what? Even any other nation in the world, if they did have a child that was trans, they still wouldn't put their child out there like that. But look at the face of failure. Look at the face of dysfunction. Look, this represents the disgraceful black family, period. Mainly African Americans. And we seen recently when Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union went to Africa, they were very proud of themselves. This is what I talk about when people scream, we all black, but they do weird shit like that. No. Then we seen a lot of so-called African Americans doing shit they know damn well they wasn't raised to do because they was following Obama and them. That's why you're going to see when Obama had the crown, everybody lost their fucking mind and everybody still lost because it was what? Obama nation. And a lot of y'all are down with Obama's nation. That's what you are because you're finished. All right. So as you see, out of the past decades in 2024, what changed? I need people to curse me out in this damn chat. Leave comments. What changed? What changed? What is the representation of change? What is the representation of betterment, perfection? You show me, you tell me. And I'm going to keep telling you, ain't shit changed. Ain't nothing changed. These niggas could not pass a baton in 16 years. The same way I know a lot of brothers can't get right to this day. Hey, I'm still fighting, bro. Because they had a lot of shit against me too. But guess what? Ain't no more excuses. So as you see, now this African-American man, he gonna walk in shame. He got embarrassed. And they got smoked by nobodies. Nobodies. Why is that? I need somebody to answer me this question. It was at one point they said that African-Americans were the fastest in the world. They were the most athletic. They were the best in basketball, running, jumping, dancing. Not no more. Can't even run fast no more. Talking about the black man. Now, like I said, the women held it down because this is the year of female domination. I already told y'all that. All right. And there's a reason for that. They're also marketing the black woman as being available. They're also saying, hey, the black men don't want them. They're not doing right by them. Maybe other nations will want them. That's secret jokes. Y'all don't get it. Y'all just don't get it. So like I said, the other nations are here. The other nations are already here. Now, a lot of them are families. Some of them are single. Also, a lot of them came from the rainbow family. But the point is, they coming here. And they say that women are the booty, man. So if you don't want them, other nations will want them. But guess what? The so-called black household got dysfunction anyway. Everybody want to be independent. Everybody want to be single. Everybody want to do them. Everybody want to take pictures all day, do videos, watch timelines, leave comments on the people's shit, study other people's life, and do nothing. Meanwhile, everybody else is coming for that bag, that money, that growth. So I told y'all, man, I'm just documenting the end days because we at the end. How I know we at the end? Because black people can't even break dance no more. That's how I know. The internet reacts to break dance and abomination at Summer Olympics. Look at that shit. So let me ask a question. What dances are black people good at other than shaking their ass, twerking their ass, or gyrating their hips? If it's not a sexual dance, what dances are black people good at anymore? Yeah. It's like this, y'all. You get in where you fit in, you do what you want to do. I'm not here to judge nobody. I don't care. I don't care what nobody do. Who say I don't? I'm telling you how the world look at shit. My whole perspective is how the world look at shit. I know what shit is. I'm going to love my people no matter what, but then some of them I'm just not. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Know why? Because I know the truth. The truth is everybody ain't good people. The truth is most are full of shit until I see different. That's what it is. It's just talk. I don't need to be cool with you to stab me in my back. That's all that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? For some people. So anyway, salute to everybody, man. I'm just showing harsh realities, all right? What's fantasy land? Fantasy land is when you don't want to acknowledge what's the truth. That's fantasy land. When you don't want to accept what's real. So I can accept all this shit and I'm cool with it. You know why? Because it's time for me to move on. So our people started breakdancing. It started straight from the streets that spread across every hood across America. It was our shit of fashion, dancing, entertainment, creativity. It went hand in hand with the music, and that was our culture that we started. But now this shit is not what it was no more. Black people ain't what they were. None of this shit is the same. So many people have come in this country and they bear the title of black people, and they're not my fucking brother. Period. I don't care what you say. And don't forget, the number one thing is, it ain't about what I say, it's about what they say. They say in African Americans, it is a submissive part of their brain where they will always be subjects to slavery or slave mentality. And they know how to push the buttons, and they know exactly what to do to make you a slave. These are facts. And it's also said that you're no African-American slave because they have no fighting spirit in them at all. They have no intelligence in them at all. That's what it said. That's what's said. They have studied this shit for hundreds of years. So it's up for you to prove them wrong, not me. Don't prove me wrong. Prove them wrong by being smarter. Now look, enacted in 1865, the black codes were designed to replace the social controls, because you're controlled socially. Everything you're gonna say is some shit you heard, some shit that came from another nigga that said that he heard. Mostly all black books, all black forms of education were written by white people. Period. Only way you're gonna be smart is you gotta learn shit on your own and do your own thing. Other than that, y'all, the only thing that got me for real was this breakdancing shit, because I couldn't believe that shit. And y'all, I have nothing against the rainbow, but the breakdancing competition I caught was the women's. That's a woman you're looking at right there. It was two women that we would call studs having a competition for the gold medal. And I'm gonna be honest, they was both whack and dry too. They was corny. But they're gonna get awarded for that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I just knew somebody from America was gonna be in that shit. Nope. So damn, me and the time we can't even dance no more. That's crazy. Well, we know for a fact that black people can't rap no more. These can't even rap no more. So I'm saying they can't rap, can't do shit. And the kids can't write in script no more neither. So other than that, y'all, we're gonna get out of here, man. Understand, man, the race still continues. It's still a race. And I told y'all it's all about who's gonna finish first. Why you think on a racetrack, you got every nation, and it's about who's gonna finish first. And it's no coincidence. The black man finished last, way last too, way last, and got disqualified. So that's that on that. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Don't forget, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. It is a such thing called crabs in a barrel. So that's why some people like to keep this shit going, because crabs in a barrel. Don't you know that some people don't want you to cut their ass off because they really need to leech off your ass? Yeah, that's why. So that's why I'm not playing with these titles no more, because I'm not rocking with everybody no more. You feel me? Nah. Who's the most disloyal people on this motherfucking planet? Who's disloyal? You tell me. Who will be your friend one day and then tomorrow treat you like straight trash? Who will be your friend to act like they're concerned with you today, but then next week they putting all your information on blast? Who does that? Who does that? Who will put everybody on the back burner for their own selfish endeavors? All right, like I say, man, African Americans live in a false reality. You stay where you at. And I ain't here to diss nobody. I'm gonna say it again. It's a difference between African Americans and black people. It's two different things. Show you one more time. If you call yourself African American, then Jesse Jackson is your leader and founder, man. Period. Most of us became familiar with the ethnonym African American in the 1980s when Jesse Jackson began popularizing it. Because remember, Jesse Jackson was a celebrity. He was Jay-Z of his time. All right. Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, that was Jay-Z and Diddy back then. You got to remember, before rap, the celebrities were preachers. Jesse Jackson became popularizing it as an alternative to black. So as you see, clear as day, Jesse Jackson made up the word in the 80s. So that means if you African American, you still lost. You don't even know the fuck you are. Jesse Jackson gave you that name. And it has nothing to do with black people, like I said. And Kamala is black. That's her ancestors on the left. Black Indian. Black was used once upon a time to unify all black people that recognize that dark complexion. And that's when they said we all one people. But if you really want to know who's all one people, you study all so-called black people and see what happened. I'm going to tell you this. The real black people are all of the real black nations that fought the white man tooth and nail. That's the real black people of the planet, period. And you know about the Indians? It's a reason why they scattered their ass to Guyana. It's a reason for that. Why they made the thugs had to go. Before British can conquer that shit, they had to get rid of the thuggies. So you know real history? They're all real black nations fought to the death. Africa never did that. Period. And the white man was never scared of Africa. He was scared of India. The nigga scared of Haiti. And he had to come to America a whole lot of times. It took them over 400 years to conquer America, man. Because there was nothing but warriors here. All right? So I'm going to tell you again, man. Tupac program is why niggas fucked up right now. He the main one pushed that African shit, that black shit. He the main one pushed that thug life. He pushed bipolar behavior. 1 minute, Brenna got a baby, love a black woman. The next woman, bitches ain't shit. Confusion. Idiot. All right? They wrote the manual to get to you. The Klan and others had a hand in everything you embraced, loved, supported, and promoted. Period. And it was all for their monetary gain and to brainwash you. So, I'm going to say it again. Kamala Harris being set up, it has nothing to do with Trump. They all set her ass up. All of them. All of them. Because that man to the left is her ancestor. And they told you right here to your face. Because they talking about it today. Kamala Harris' secret pass. Secret pass. Wannabe president's Hindu background. You're looking at a Hindu Indian right here. I told y'all the other day, I said, yo, y'all, they know who she is. They know her background. She know who she is. So guess what? India also got whitewashed because the British conquered and slaughtered that shit and planted their seed after they kicked the thuggies out. All right? That's what happened. So anyway, man, it's nothing but love, y'all. All you got to do is watch the show. And don't forget today at 3 o'clock, Team USA, LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, all of them play against France. If LeBron James and them lose today, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. But if I'm going to say this, if LeBron James and them lose today, don't be surprised. And if France beats America in basketball, that will be the proof and the nail in the coffin that African Americans from over here don't dominate nothing no more. They don't even dominate music no more. I done broke all that down. When we looked at K-pop, we looked at Afro beats. I broke down who everybody else run the world of music now. Everybody. Bad Bunny. It's not even about American artists no more. Hopefully y'all understand now. But this year is the year they wanted to prove it. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. See, I've been talking about this shit 2-3 years, but this year is the closing of the book. After this year, the world is going somewhere different. I'm going to say it again. Why you think in elections, black people, you ain't been mentioned once. You're not on the fucking agenda. I ain't going to tell you no more. Now, when you hear me talking about black people, when you hear either one of them talking about the black community or what they're going to do or positive things, like I ain't just talking about talk, but they don't want to talk about nothing. I was outside the other day, y'all, at the store. Chick walk up on me, ask me if I'm registered to vote. Here we go with this shit. You already know who it was. Let's guess. Somebody asked me, was I registered to vote? Was it a white person asked me that? No. Just like a lot of black people think I don't know. A lot of y'all join these campaigns for money because some of y'all be fucking poor as hell too. So you get with the campaign to make you some money. That's okay. But she asked me if I'm registered to vote. I said yes. Then she pulled out a card on her neck talking about scan this with my phone. I'm like, what's that? Oh, this is just for, some Planned Parenthood. She said that. I said, what? I said, no, I'm good. No, thank you. See that? Planned Parenthood. What's Planned Parenthood? The people that started a program, all black babies would be up out of here. That's what it is. Planned Parenthood, yeah. The people who run social service. But I told y'all social service was set up by racist people, period. The Klan and racist people started the whole social service program. They started it back then under the Black Code because when the slaves couldn't take care of themselves, they started social service programs. And the social service program for the Negro that couldn't take care of themselves was always designed to keep them poor. Simple. Designed to replace the social controls previously exerted over black Americans by slavery. the black codes. Specific laws to keep you poor. And under this, social engineering is social service. Social studies is social service. Social media is social service. And if you fucking don't believe me, why the fuck you think you went to social service and they gave you a fucking cell phone with Facebook on it? Most of you niggas got on Facebook from social service. They gave you the flip phone 10 years ago. I ain't stupid. I remember half you niggas didn't have a computer or internet. Most of you niggas didn't. So I'm not going to play with you. All right? I've been on most, I'm not bragging, y'all, but I've been on the internet since goddamn 99. I'm not even bragging. It's the truth. Windows 95 was the program, man. I've been doing this shit. I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying I never got brainwashed by this shit. Never. Never. But you're going to see, it's not a coincidence. Social service gave out cell phones. For what? Facebook. Because that's a government app. I told y'all a million times. That's why social service been studying niggas, and that's why they're using these apps to take niggas out. That's why every program, they taking it from you. They hiding it from you. Everything they got you mixed up in. Everything is to take your money. It's all a plot. They rounded everybody up in one ditch. Now they got them where they want them at. Now the whole world is changing. Now it's nothing we look at on the internet going to save us at all. I can talk all day. It ain't going to don't mean shit. If I don't got nothing going on in real life, this internet means shit when I hit that live button. It don't mean nothing. That's why I be telling y'all, I'm on the internet like everybody else, but I got to make sure my life in order too. Because this shit apply to me too. So other than that, man, I spoke enough. Hopefully people got clarity of what I was talking about. But there's two things, man, that I seen this morning. When I saw this man breaking down the black man brain and it's real psychological shit, ask yourself that, y'all. How could a slave owner have his little family and be so comfortable with 200 slaves on a plantation and never be scared about them going to kill him, even though they had weapons and all that shit? Because they understood the mastering of the brain. And they said the African, the Negroid, has a submissive layer in their brain. It's a certain organ in their brain, a certain part of their brain, it makes them submissive. They knew this shit years ago. That's why they always went to Africa to get the slaves. Even though any warfare that happened on this planet, the prisoners always get in bondage. Yes. So when I told y'all every nation been in slavery, it's the truth. But when it came time to making money and labor, they always went to Africa to get that cheap labor for free because they understood the African has a submissive gene. You don't believe me? Why you think it wasn't in history? You're not going to hear a lot of killings that Africans did. You're not going to hear a whole lot. Then you're going to see when they came to America, you didn't hear a lot of Africans killing once they got here because they was already broken. They were submissive. They knew this. I tell you what, in Africa, you have a tribe called the Pygmies. They didn't fuck with them. They didn't fuck with the Dogon. Any goddamn person that does not have submissive in them, they do not fuck with. That's why they left Haiti. They knew they was not going to submit. I got to peep game, man. You got to understand what's going on. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You can call yourself Black African-American all day, but they know you're not different. You know why they know? For one, they know your blood type. You don't know your damn blood type. They know blood type. They can take our blood and know who's who off the rip. Off the rip, they know if you come from a certain bloodline. Off the rip. You don't know that. All they did was give you labels and a whole bunch of shit. So my point is, they always know, hey, amongst that community, some of them really smart for real, but most of them, they dumb. They know this already. You know what I'm saying? It's science with this shit. You just think skin color, not nobody else. That's you. Same way, you look at a person, and if they ain't dark enough, you think they ain't black enough. Because you was programmed like that, not nobody else. So I'm just showing y'all, man. They studied your brain centuries ago. I'm going to say it again. The Django was showing you the difference between a free black man and a slave. Because the Django Unchained really meant that Jamie Foxx, his brain was not on lockdown because he wasn't a slave. He'd been unchained. He knew the truth. He was a free man, but he got put in bondage. And once he got out of slavery, he showed you he was a free man because he knew how to shoot that gun. He knew how to ride a horse. Y'all getting it? They also showed you in what? 12 years a slave. That man was free. They kidnapped him and put him in slavery. Also, I told y'all the secret joke in slaves, in this whole slave story. The slaves that were free here first, they knew the land. The only way you was a threat of being a runaway slave is if they knew you knew the land. How the hell you from Africa on a boat? Don't know shit about Virginia. You've been on a plantation your whole life. How the hell you gonna run away? Where the hell you going at? You don't even know where you're going. But if you was already here in Virginia, if you was already here in North Carolina, you was already here, you know what I'm saying, in Maryland, they knew where to go at. They knew where to run at. They knew where the water was at. They knew where the boats were. They knew certain. They knew the back route. They knew the back. You know what I'm saying? They knew the back routes. So the only way people gonna understand what I'm saying is that you gotta re-brainwash yourself. I told y'all everything you learned was a lie. So some of y'all not gonna get it because you still comparing it to what you was taught. You know what I'm saying? You don't get it. You gotta They told everything backwards. They told everything lies. They told everything mixed up. So some things are truth, some things are lies. You gotta go back into it. That's the only way you're gonna save yourself. It was always free black people here before they got here. Then they play color games. This is why they always playing color games: black, white, brown, copper, red, yellow, tags, African American. They play games with names because they figure you're stupid and you won't get it. Same thing with the Bible. Play game with names. Babylon culture is the whole science of Babylon is mix everything up, confuse the shit, so you won't know the truth. That's how I go. So yeah, don't forget, Babylon was the whole thing they was doing at the Tower of Babylon was race mixing. So when you even talking about African Americans, they are the victims of race mixing. All right, African American was a science project in a laboratory called a plantation. It's not a joke. They breeded the African American to be exactly what they wanted it to be: a submissive dog. They took the same program they do as animals on a farm and they applied it to a human being. I showed y'all the paperwork on that too. They look at humans like guinea pigs. And they did this experiment with African slaves. Yes, they did. They took African slaves and did a science project called Let's Make Our Own Race, African Americans. So you take it or leave it. Don't argue. Just go look it up. Go do your homework. Figure it out. Because until you do your own service, you don't know shit. You just listen to what I said. So to get real knowledge, you got to learn on your own. On that note, I'm just talking, y'all. But they always study your DNA and your genetics. So a lot of this racist shit, it ain't just on looks, it's on genetics. That's why they control your genetics through social service. And that's why you get that Medicaid card, they're going to tell you what you're going to do. And they're going to tell you all this shit because that's how they got you. You know what I'm saying? So back to this. Do we still dominate everything? I really want to know. What do we still dominate other than killing each other and bullshitting? Chasing fads. What else? What we dominate, y'all? You tell me. So until the black man can pass the baton, I'm going to call it what it is. You're going to still see in 2024 African Americans getting disrespected, denied access. They showing you your money means nothing. Travis Scott, your money means nothing. Arrested in jail. Your money means nothing. Look at these African Americans come over here acting a fool. They can't pass the baton. The motherfuckers can't stay out of jail. They still crying about shit they can't go in. How did they advance? I thought your people was talking about they couldn't get in establishments 50 years ago. Y'all still going through that shit? Damn. I thought Martin Luther King stopped that stuff. Nope. Told you, man. All this shit is a joke. So on that note, y'all, hopefully y'all getting it. I'm just speaking my piece. On that note, about to get out of here, man. Salute Big Phil, Tamara Smith, Fareed, everybody up there, Stephanie, main chick. Shout out to everybody in the bushes, everybody catching the replay. What's up, D&D? What's up, LJ? Hold up, what's up, Primo? Once I had a cop put a gun in my chest as a teenager for the way I was dressed. Stop wearing long braids and jewelry. That makes you an instant target in them. Yup, totally changed my mind. That's right, bro. See, I learned that shit years ago too. That's why I'm telling y'all, man. When I learned, or when they kept putting that shit in my head when I was young, that most black men are going to die before the age of 18 and 21, I started waking up. Me and a lot of brothers was waking up, man. We had knowledge of self. So a lot of things we knew. We knew they was out to get us. We knew this. We knew they was out to get us. We knew it was a lot of tricks of the trade. I knew this shit. So that's why we always try to be smart and one step ahead. And I told y'all, when we were selling drugs, when we dealt with the streets, our whole mentality was screw these people. Screw them. We're not working for them. We don't want their jobs. We don't want their money. We just gonna do us. And we knew about Elijah Muhammad when Elijah Muhammad #1 slogan was do for self. He has a book, Nation of Islam. We knew this shit, do for self. We knew back then that if we don't do what we got to do for us, we ain't gonna have nothing. So I keep telling y'all certain things for us. My generation was not an option. We were truly rebellious. Generation X, the rebellious ones. That was the whole plan. They were scared Generation X was going to overthrow this shit. And then you'll see most of this knowledge we're talking comes from Generation X. Generation X was the only, I'm going to tell you to your face. I know, I can see it now. Out of all generations on the planet now to this day, it was Generation X the most into this knowledge. So don't forget that. The generation before us, they had a little bit of information. The ones after us, they have nothing. It was Generation X that cracked a lot of these codes and was willing to die for this shit. So when I talk shit now, I'm talking from love because I know what I'm talking about. I spent majority of my life trying to wake black people up. So I want to hear that shit. I got the right to say that because I tried many a days in my prime to try to wake black people up. And I know the result I got from that. And I see what to this day. So you can miss me with all that black talk when I say that. I was #1 nigga talking black talk. So that's why I know what I'm talking about. You feel me? But we knew that the system was against us. And our whole thing was not to fall a victim. So what bro said, boom. Like in the 2010s and all that, it was the time I started peeping shit. Like one time I went to Central Booking for some petty shit, weed. And when I was locked up in the shit, I seen all of us had on the same shit. Everybody had on Jordans. At this time, niggas was banging, niggas had on Dickies. I remember everybody was wearing the black flight jackets, black hoodies. Everybody locked up had on the same shit, just different colors. Then that's what I started peeping back then. I said, yo, these niggas create a criminal profile. Then I heard some policeman said that they do study criminal profiles. It's certain things they look for. Then I started going deep. I said, yo, well, all the shit we buy come from the same stores. We all shop at Jimmy Jazz. We all shop at this Dr. J. We all shop at the same stores. Then I peeped the stores in on that shit. That's not put it together with the Rockaway shit, the state property. I said, yo, the hip-hop clothes is made for niggas that trap on the block, and this is they know what to look for. Then state property start making clothes with the little pocket you put the drugs at. But little did we know, police already knew about that drug pocket. All of this shit was a plan. Like bro said, the hairstyles. They say if a black man in a car with a fitted hat and a beard, you're going to get pulled over. It's certain profiles that are sanctioned them to look for in government. I ain't do nothing, man. Guess what? Bro, you in the block they got the chart. They got the chart. You ain't do shit, but you in the neighborhood where 10 people died at the past 6 months. 10 people died on that block, 3 drug raids, and you in the neighborhood. You're in a red zone. That's why you got pulled over, bro. It had nothing to do with nothing else. But you didn't know that. I told y'all America is coded, man. Everything is coded. Why you think the laws, penal code, so everything is coded? Black code. Everything is a code. So once I knew they looked for certain shit, you know what I did? I started dressing opposite on purpose. To this day, I still do that shit. That's why I never get caught up in no black shit. I never got arrested for some shit I didn't do. I never committed a crime in my life with a nigga that told on me because I never did nothing with no nigga, period. I'll break it down what I used to do. Like when the flight coast was popping, I still wear a flight, but I wear a team flight. I wear like a Chicago Bulls, 76ers. I wear different color shit. So the police can never make a mistake. Meaning, if they were looking for me, they would have had to say, look, it's a man with a Chicago Bulls, not just a nigga with a black coat on a black hoodie. No, I will always wear different shit. Then else I learned, I would wear, as time went on, I would really wear opposite colors, like bright colors. Like I throw on purple, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What's another color? Like teal green. I put on aqua. I put on certain colors to specifically stand out from everybody else. So I never got to worry about getting caught up in that lookalike shit. Then I used to do shit like wear polo shirts. Like whatever niggas wearing, I wear opposite. Or if niggas wearing this, I flip it with a different color. Always been like that to this day, y'all. I'm still like that. So I always knew it was important to not look like everybody else. That's why I always troll y'all for looking like people and following people. I knew that back then. When you follow people, you always look. When some drama shit happen, for my people that know what time it is, you at a club, a cookout, party, anywhere, and next thing you know, shots start flying. What you gonna do? You gonna run with the crowd or you gonna run your own way? Me, I'm gonna run my own way. Most of y'all gonna run with the crowd. People that run with the crowd, 9 times out of 10, somebody gonna die, get trampled. The crowd gonna take an L. Me and other people that went our own way, we got away. I always been like that. Never follow the crowd. That's me. Always. You know what I'm saying? Always, man. So the way the world's set up, it's a saying that we know followers always get caught up. And that's something I knew young. That's something I always knew. So most people on the street that take losses, they were just following. They didn't know what they was doing anyway. Followers always get caught up, man. That's the saying, all right? So most people been spending their whole life fighting a fight that is not their fight. They just follow the leader, follow the crowd, do what everybody else do. And we've been doing this instead of focusing on the main fight. The main fight is your household, period. The main fight you're supposed to fight is fight over your bloodline. But somehow you're going to learn you got tricked to destroy everything you love, right? Say, fuck your household, fuck everybody, fuck all this shit, and just live life and party. Meanwhile, look, it's repercussions to that shit. Now we facing repercussions. So on that note, man, for real, I'm out of here for sure this time. All right, D&D, I just want to chop it up my people, man, to show y'all that, right? Don't walk around cocky and arrogant thinking you run shit, because I told you, you don't run shit no more and you ain't the favorite, all right, for real. And they are pissed at these dudes for losing this race. They're trying to say they made America look bad, man. So on that note, just showing y'all, man, you at the end of Black entertainment. I already told you that. We getting the last of these topics and the last of glory. So the only way it's going to change, shit, I guess history got to change some kind of way, but the change is only going to come from the future generations. And the future generation, they already got them already. They already got them in the trap. And the rest of the future generations, they'll be minorities. That's what it is, all right? So that's what I'm seeing, y'all. Salute Queen of Detroit, Hester, Fareed, everybody in the background, y'all, for sure, for sure. Also, members, don't forget, tomorrow morning I'm going to be doing the result of cults, follow the leader. And I'm going to show y'all how throughout the decades, Black people ain't doing nothing but follow and die and get used up like trash. I'm talking about that. Some of y'all still following. And like I say, man, it's a competition now, y'all. So I can talk all day. Everybody can talk all day. But the whole science of America is what? The American dream. And they always say what? You got to get a piece of the pie. So now it ain't about what nobody say, me, nobody. It's all about if you're going to get your piece of the pie for your family and what you're going to feed them. Because it was a time where Black people could not feed themselves in this country. And I think we about to come back to them times. I'm being honest with y'all. All right. I'm talking about as a majority. A lot of us, we always going to be straight, but as a majority, this is going to happen. All right. And don't forget, for the people that pulled up, let me show you the up. Let's do this walkthrough one more time and say a prayer for our people that's suffering, man. Because Oakland is getting smoked out with toxic smoke right now as we speak. Toxic. We don't know if this shit could be some shit that give you cancer. We don't know. We have no clue. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, y'all, elections going on. Kamala area, Bay, toxic smoke. Then we go to the East Coast, suffering. As far as we know, man, people dead. We don't know. Shit like a movie, y'all. Downplayed it, say it was light, it wasn't really nothing going to happen. Come to find out the shit was a cyclone. You're looking at homeless Americans with nothing. See that? Boom. Even though they said it was going to be historical. Even though I did my job and came on the internet, but nobody don't care. That's why I've been noticing the people too. See, the real of the topics is nobody want to watch that shit. I post a topic of somebody being gay, doing something fruity, sucking a penis. Everybody want to watch that. I do some shit about Black girls getting snatched up. Nobody care. Young boys dying. Nobody care. Americans getting flooded out. Nobody care. But if I do a video on a man plowing a man in his butt, everybody want to watch that. So I told you, not only does the white people do social engineering, I do it too. Y'all just don't know that shit. I do experiments on Black people's brain too to do public opinion. So I specifically do shit like this to tell the truth. See who watch that shit. Niggas don't care about that. Niggas don't care. Actually, niggas don't want to know that thug life shit was fake. Niggas want to still believe that shit. Niggas still believe in Tupac. A lot of niggas will put Tupac penis in their mouth to this day. Whole time he was a sissy. He was a sissy. He was groomed and raised and made to do that shit. He was made to trick black niggas to follow them so they'll go to fucking jail. Why? Before Thug Life, the penitentiary wasn't packed. And the people that wanted to pass the crime bill had money invested in prisons, and they needed a rapper to make the shit popular going to prison. That's why the nigga got a prison jumpsuit. That's why NWA had on prison clothes. It was always about sending niggas to jail. That was the theme song, the soundtrack. Fantasyland. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. Fantasyland, nigga. You know everything about heaven in the ghetto. You know everything about everything else but the land you stand on and the shit you control. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing. So I was showing y'all, man. I learned nobody give a fuck about black people by making certain videos. So that's why I say a lot of y'all are hypocrites. I can make every positive video, but nobody really cares. So guess what? If you don't care, what make you think other people care? They know you don't care. So that's why you getting thrown in the trash, because you don't care about yourself, nothing. It's the truth. So I do my own experiments. Like I told y'all, I experiment on black people's brain too. Hey, I act super ignorant. They love that shit. They love it. I talk some real serious talk. Nobody don't want to deal with that. That's too serious. See that? Just showing y'all, man. And plus, y'all, some black people don't want to wake up. They want to stay in that world and everything's going to be all right. No, they can't do that. No, we still going to be okay. No, you're not. You're not. Unless you're going to fix it, you ain't. You're not. I'm just going to tell you straight up. So on that note, y'all, this is my opinion. I'm also just letting y'all know because I don't want to see none of y'all gone, man. Let me show y'all the last move. I ain't forget. Anybody caught up in this shit, they never going back home. They never going back to their property unless they owned it. As of these terms, you're no longer permitted back in your neighborhood. This is the new martial law. See, we thought it was going to be Armageddon, race wars and all this. Nope. You're going to be fighting nature. And they confiscating all guns. Then you're going to see lately all states that had a lot of guns had a lot of natural disasters. So in these search and rescue missions, you will see no black people on that boat. They go save the white people first. Then they go to the rich. When it's time to go to the black neighborhood, they go ready for war. And that's when they ready to round niggas up. The top left-hand corner, that's them mounding up all different states. States from all over go down there for the search and rescue and the roundups. At the bottom two, you're looking at modern-day FEMA camps. That's where your ass going, all right? That's how I go. You get caught up in this shit, you don't have no family, that's where you going at. Also, don't forget, this weather shit we watching is to get everybody homeless off the street. Anybody that was down there sleeping in their car, this was for them too. So a lot of y'all heard about this weather stuff, right? Yeah, it's true. Anybody down there was sleeping in cars, they finish. Because they know a lot of Americans been sleeping in cars, mainly in hot places. They know this. So this flood was to wipe everybody out the hood. Anybody that was homeless, didn't have a place to call their own, didn't have no ID, anybody on probation, parole, this is for them. Because now you're going to get rounded up, and now they're going to tell you where you're going at. That's part of the hood program. Boom. And you're going to FEMA camps. See that? See, these are the people that got displaced but had to rebuild. So that's why you see cars out there. I saw when they first started putting people here, they ain't had no cars. This is just one FEMA camp. And it's shit's in many different states. But this is where you're going at when you get caught up now. That's where you're going at. Hey, bro, you get caught selling fentanyl and all that, you might want to go in here, maybe. But yeah, FEMA camp, y'all. And it is said that I've been seeing specials on it. Look it up. People that have been staying in these camps and these trailers been getting sick. It is said that allegedly it might be some stuff going on with these. You get it? So I'm just letting y'all know reality, man. People don't believe shit till it happen to them. But I'm just showing you. Anybody caught up in this shit, that's where they're going. Like, look at this woman. Kids, where's she going at, y'all? Don't you know instantly she's become an unfit mother? That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Everything is about on paper. As of now, if they walked up to her right now, excuse me, ma'am, where you going at? I'm trying to go in the house. No, you can't go there, ma'am. It's condemned. I got to get my stuff. No, don't worry about it. It's flooded out. You got these kids with you. Come with us. You got somewhere to take them? Do you have any relatives out of town that can pick you up? Well, man, We can't let you walk around with those kids like that, man. It's just not safe. And you don't have no food neither. You don't even have no clothes for them. Where you going to sleep at? Sorry, ma'am, come with us. It's how it works. Trying to tell y'all. Don't believe me? Go check Hurricane Katrina. Now, guess what? Then after that, you might be subject to separated from your kids after that. Ma'am, we got a better program for the kids. We got a whole place set up just for them. They'll be okay. We got nurses, daycare, everything. We're gonna just they're gonna come with us. What you gonna say? What you gonna do? You can't say shit. Can't do nothing. That's what they do. That's what they do, y'all. So I'm just telling my people, man. Salute, my bro. Salute, Florida. That's right. That's where the hard people at, man. Some people catch hell, man. And then some of y'all that don't believe shit, you've been living a good life in fantasy land. That's okay, but you don't understand nothing because you ain't been through shit. It's just that everywhere they doing programs different. See, a lot of y'all, where you from, they just gonna raise the rent and kick your ass out. They ain't gonna do no catastrophe. Your shit is just gonna happen when that lease up and it's time for you to get a new crib. Then you're gonna learn what's happening. Yep. Don't forget to get a crib now. You need at least $5 grand minimum, and a good background. You know what I'm saying? So look, it is also said we're headed to a recession. This is part of it. It is also said that we might go into another Great Depression. We are almost 100 years away. No. We are almost a few years away from the 100-year anniversary of the Great Depression. And people are saying it looked like we headed that way now. The Great Depression is going to be for everybody who is not financially straight. I also told y'all the last nail in the coffin is to have everybody generating their money on the internet so that one day they can clip this too. And then most people that's living off of this will suffer. You don't believe me? Well, then we see at one time in America, drugs was booming. Then they stopped drugs. Then they stopped crack. Then we see a crack epidemic. Then that shit stopped. Everybody got rich off crack, but somehow that shit just stopped. One thing about this country, you're going to learn. Whatever they want to stop, they'll stop that shit. Whatever they want to proceed, will proceed. Like, when all those black boys getting killed every weekend and it just kept going? Why you think it kept going? Why you think in Chicago, blacks got gunned down like dogs, nobody cared? Why you think they let the drill rappers rap and all these young boys got slaughtered and nobody gave a flying fuck? Because it was on purpose. That's why nobody cares. They said, well, you don't care. We don't care. Y'all ain't protest yet. You protested for George Floyd, but you ain't protest for the young boys getting smoked. Hey, you guys are so stupid, you ain't even protest rap yet. Meanwhile, we been stole rap and programmed that shit for all you young boys to kill each other, man. Y'all ain't say nothing. So therefore, what you want me to do? But when you're looking at this picture, this means this woman is now under control of the government because she can't do shit on her own. That's how it works, y'all. It was the flood that gave them an excuse to do this shit. And this flood happened in 3 states. So just imagine in your mind what's happening right now. And they're not going to show you on TV because when they show the hood, when they go to the hood and try to get people out their house, that's when it get nasty. See, when you got certain families in their house and they got guns and they ain't trying to leave, that's when the shit get messy. Because they're going to make you leave. You have no say-so, but it gets ugly. You get it? That's why they don't show the cameras on the city where the blacks be at, just in case it's a shooting. If anybody know about New Orleans, you know about when Hurricane Katrina, brothers tried to cross that bridge and got into a shootout with the police. Because the hood ain't trying to leave. You know that. Plus, these people coming in your city, they're not even from there. They're from other places. See them? These two up top, they're leaving to go down there from 2 different places. And they make sure they back turn so you don't see their face. I'm going to be honest. When they go down there, they can literally take somebody out and they won't even get in trouble for that shit. Also, in these situations, it'd be bodies floating in water, all of that shit, man. Also, don't forget, all these people here, they're now stuck. Car gone, finished. So guess what? Somebody's going to make money off these new cars that get bought. Somebody's going to make money off all these new repairs. Somebody's going to make money off these new houses. That's what's going down, y'all. Hold up. Who else up in here? It's one more picture I want to show y'all how deep it was. Because remember, they was trying to lie and make it like it wasn't really going to be deep like that. But you'll see. Look at these houses, y'all. Then they want to show this shit far away and blurry. See, y'all know I told y'all when them pictures blurry, they don't want you to see it. Do you see how fucking high that water is to these cribs, y'all? These are 2-story cribs, water all the way to the ceiling. And we don't know if that happened while people's in the house sleep. We have no clue. We don't know. We could be looking at straight death. So y'all, just showing y'all. On that note, man, about to get out of here, man. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Blackjack? Who else up in here? What up, D&D? Hold up. What's up, Blaze? What? Oh, okay. I hate Gavin Gruesome. A lot of money made off black misery and death. Yes, it is. Actually, that's how all money is made. All the money is made off black misery, black death, black dysfunction. See, they traumatize blacks, and then they make it where blacks got to spend a lot of money to celebrate or to escape their misery. They got to spend money. Yeah, they made it everything black people do. They got to spend money, basically. That's why if I say what's something you could do to have fun, I bet you barely could tell me something you could do fun without spending money. Rarely. Big Phil. So the whole key now is everything now is just financial warfare. That's it. The whole key now is they just banking on you can't take care of yourself or some shit like this happen, you're not straight. And that's why I told people what I'm learning. The other shit we ignore is the main thing important now. That's it. And it ain't about just the things they programmed us. See, when you're in this situation right here, it's all going to come down to what you got. What you got, what you can produce, and how fast can you do it. King Goma, what up? Look like a couple of those houses on stilts. Probably those right there. Some of them, because some of them was hip because they know they buy that water. See, the smart people know that. But this shit right here ain't on no stilts. And this right here ain't on no stilts. I'm trying to put up another picture to show y'all how deep that shit is. Another one. But this right here like a damn movie. Y'all know. And you also got to remember, man, shit, certain people that was lighting the ash, you know they got blown away. This shit was blowing trees out the ground, man. And remember, they also do shit on the news like downplay the shit in front. Oh, it looked like it's going to pass over. They did that with Hurricane Katrina. And don't forget, they said with Hurricane Katrina, really somebody blew the levees up. So it had nothing to do with the storm. And like I said, it's Oakland right now. They don't know. They don't know what this is. Look, y'all, what if this shit is straight chemical shit, like straight shit to kill people? Shit, look, y'all, it's a real black cloud lingering over the city. Did I not break down on the red line zone? They purposely put black neighborhoods by warehouses. Didn't I show y'all that? All that's on purpose. They always put the black neighborhood by toxins, toxic warehouses, chemical plants. All that shit was on purpose, y'all. The worst part of the land, we live on that shit. And that's on purpose. Mind you, this could be a chemical. We'll say what? 5 months from now, people just start getting sick. Anybody know about 9/11? Y'all know what's up. Remember 9/11? They said a lot of those firefighters was there helping at the grounds, and next thing you know, they started all getting sick later on. And it was just on the property, after effects, but that's how much contamination of smoke was there. Who's to say that's not that same type of smoke? Told you that's how I think, y'all. Because it's mighty funny out of nowhere, this shit just happened. And that's the home of Kamala. You feel me? Crazy, man. I told y'all weird stuff be happening in this country, man. So that's East Coast, West Coast. Smoke, Sodom and Gomorrah on fire, something like that. And the East Coast flooding. And meanwhile, people getting rounded up. So as Americans getting rounded up, they're not coming back. Once your shit gets shut down, you're not coming back unless you own your property, man. You don't own that shit, you out of there. The rent man keeping your rent money, all that. And he gonna move somebody else in that shit. He gonna move a foreigner in that shit. That's how they doing it now, y'all. So we about to get out of here. I just want to load up this one more picture to show y'all how deep that shit is. Because the last one I tried to put up, it didn't take. I'm gonna show you this last picture. 1 second. Salute to everybody chilling on this Saturday, man. Hold up. I'm gonna try to get y'all this good one. Sometimes when I be loading the shit, it ain't want to take the shit. I got about 100 pictures. Hold up. We still live, y'all. I'm trying to show y'all this one main shit. I think there's one of them. Hold up. Check this out. Boom. Hold up. Like I say, man, if you got people, they phone off and shit, so. See how deep that shit is? Look at the houses. You know that's the hood corner store right there. But that's the hood. It look like the hood. You know what I'm saying? The hood deserted. Because they evacuating that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody ain't legit, they getting taken out. You see that brother right there, man? All he got is that bag. They got him looking like an old slave, man. They look like when they freed the slaves and they had to walk with that backpack, man. Real shit. And it also looked like he ain't got nowhere to go, man. So he gonna get rounded up. Because now, if he ain't got nowhere to go, they're gonna look at him like he gonna break in property and shit. You know what I'm saying? They looking at him like he up to no good. Boom. Let me show y'all this other picture because I had to load some extra ones up. This is the one I was showing y'all the other day. Now check this one out right here. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all the military in place, but they hiding them. I'm gonna show you how they hide the military in plain sight. People think martial law a joke. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up. One second, y'all. 1 second. Hold up. Here you go. The other one I was trying to show y'all. Hold up. This the other shit I'm trying to show y'all right here. Boom. Like I said, this is the close-up of the FEMA camp right here. See the FEMA camp? Those are a number of fake-ass trailers. Some bullshit, right? But once you hear you government property, you can't go nowhere. Boom. That's one aspect of it. Hold up. I'm going to show y'all something else. Because I'm telling y'all, they be trying to hide this shit. Like sometimes be loading up pictures. That shit be taking it. All type of shit, man. I don't know if it's the AI shit or what. But certain shit they don't want you to see. And they be controlling the shit. Now I'm going to show you part of the roundup clip. Because what I got to do now is load up certain shit one by one. I'm going to show you the roundup gang. See that? Roundup gang right there. See them in the hood? How we know that's a hood, y'all? Crooked street sign. Crooked stop sign. That's how I know. I've been around the world. I know the hood. When I see the hood, that's the hood. See them in the hood? You don't know who they are. You don't know what they got going on. They're going to tell you got to leave. Boom. And they're going to run through your crib and take your guns. That's how it works. Put you in a FEMA camp, bro. And don't forget, next time it's any George Floyd riots, if it's any more riots and niggas wilding out, that's where you going at. So they got them ready. They also showing you they laying a smackdown on shit too. I don't know why it won't let me get this damn picture right here, man. For some reason, y'all, they will not let me load up this main picture I'm trying to show y'all. I done tried this shit 3 times. That's how I know they be right. That's how I know this shit AI control, man. AI control the internet now, y'all. Know that shit. Y'all see how my channel be going, man. Ain't no such thing as the channel moving and the shit stop. Man, this shit keep blocking this picture. Here you go. Boom. They ain't want me to load this shit. See that? Boom. Now you tell me how fucking deep that is. Told y'all, man. This shit would not let me load this picture for nothing. Look how deep that is. Look at them waters. My people got to be, my people that smart, you know what I'm talking about. Look at them waters. Is that not ocean water? Is that not ocean water hitting the fucking neighborhood? Bingo. Crooked stop sign. That's the hood. Look at that flood, y'all. You gonna tell me no dead people? Told y'all, man. They said it was gonna be 10 to 12 feet. Look at that shit. Come on, y'all. It's common sense. People got wiped out in this shit. Boom. Mind you, now they can round people up. Mind you, this in 3 states. For those who don't know, South Carolina run by blacks. Run by blacks. South Carolina to this day is the most heavily populated state with black people, period. It just caught hell. What else? North Carolina just caught hell. Let me show y'all some more American suffering. Because they ain't let me load all this shit up. So you look at this and tell me how deep that shit is in this area. All right, boom. Now look at this area. You still ain't seeing no black people yet. All of a sudden, no black people around no more, huh, y'all? We don't see nothing. Media blackout. That's why. And I told you they came to help the white people first. And that's dirty water. Probably got gators, snakes, bacteria, dead cats, shit like that. See that? But we in America, right? So nobody cares. So remember that. Niggas don't care. Nobody cares about no damn Americans dying. They just care about fucking hip-hop topics and shit, man. All right? That's it. So on that note, I'm going, y'all. For sure. Hopefully people got something out of this if you didn't. And don't forget, they let niggas record records in jail, man. See how backwards that is? Rap is a program for niggas' brain. The last thing on your mind in jail should be a fucking rap album, a record. Showing you, man. Niggas ain't use their head for nothing but growing dreads. That's it. So other than that, man, salute to everybody, man. I just had to speak my piece. On that note, I'm out. One. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, man. The only thing you should be worried about is getting money. That is it. They always want us wrapped up in this stupid ass shit so we stay broke. Understand that. I'm not telling you don't care about stuff, but you should care about being financially straight as much as you care about everything else. Because they made us live in this fucking trauma. So you always are worried about a fucking white man instead of getting the fucking money. That's the key. Get the money. Understand that? Get the money. Do you know it was a time when, you know why everybody's ahead of us? Because they helped these motherfuckers get banks. They gave every community their own bank, all of that shit, man. It is so many different laws they did. But the key is they did other things financially for people because they know everything is about finance. They bombed the Japanese. Then on the back end, gave them niggas banks, gave them money. That's what y'all don't understand. See that? The Japanese ain't caught up in that race. They don't give a fuck. They say, no, we got our money. Fuck them. They got their whole shit bombed recent, but they don't care. They about money. When black people and African Americans start focusing on their money, meaning getting money without fucking other black people over. That's how you got to do it now. See, the only way to win this shit, you got to get money without fucking people over. You got to do it the right way. That's how you win. That's the only way you're going to be respected. You don't get respect by getting money off your own people, trashing them. Get it? Selling them bullshit product, finessing them. You don't get nowhere like that. The whole key is money. When they were starting all that race shit, they were just scared of you getting money. Because back then they knew, hey, you give black people a chance to get rich, them motherfuckers gonna get rich. They're gonna stack all that money. And you gotta remember this too. The number one thing they was fighting and beefing over back in the days was fucking land, man. I gotta understand that. We're stupid now. We live in apartments and buy dumb shit. Back then, they knew it was all about that fucking land. So all of this shit that they went through back then was about the land. Who's going to get a piece of the American pie? That's what it was always about. Even your ancestors knew that. We want our land. That's it. We wanted our little land. That's it. Leave us alone. Land, y'all. And their whole thing was never let them get back the land, because that's how they buy back the country. Never let them get no land. If they don't get the land, they'll never have their own neighborhood. It was always about the land. And it's about the land for your people and making money off everybody else, not just your people. That's the only way to win the war, man. So ask a question. Why are they bringing up her Hindu background? Answer that. Answer that. Ask that. Why are they worried about her Hindu background? This is her Hindu background.